think I ain't fucking with NFL.
But I'm talking, I might be like done for good, bro. Cause like I had a fantasy league for like 15 years. I was commissioner. I gave that control to Nick, man. I'm like, fuck him. I can't. I'm dead. It's dead to me. Fuck that, man.
It was something. Something recent happened though. What
they just the president. They just did that shit where they talking about they ban kneeling. They like if you kneel, if you come out and you kneel, you get fined. Man, fuck them, man.
Yeah, it's like some weird shit. Then like I always felt some way about the combine. I never did like the combine.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And it being like how you know me, like I didn't really like football. And the main thing I don't like about football is the fact that it's the coach. To me, it's about the coach. It ain't about the players, but they just run routes.
Mm-hmm.
So like the talent is kind of like they definitely got talent, but they're not necessarily.
But you know what? What bothers me about the coach is that like that for some reason this motherfucker talk to you in a way that if anybody else did, you'd lay hands on them. This motherfucker call you all kind of motherfuckers and this and that. You know what I'm saying? And you just take it because he the man.
And this what I'm Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
they saying that's part of the what's the name? Say popped off on him like that though.
But this is the thing, like, dude, a bitch to me because it's like a lot of motherfuckers threaten like I sit out the season. This motherfucker really sat out the whole season on some whole shit.
He sat out the whole season,
bro. Tell me he played 9 games.
Uh-huh.
This motherfucker, they had a playoff game. He didn't even come to the playoff game.
Right. I think we was talking about that he faked the little injury shit.
And again, my thing is this though is like you've been with this cat Pop a long time. If you felt the way, y'all could have been chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like if they talking about that because like Tony Parker made a little joke of like, yeah, man, I had the same injury. It was 100 times worse, and I came back sooner than he did, joking and shit. And he kind of took it on some like cuz on some.
Yeah, I heard something about Tony Parker that bothered him, whatever the case. But
I don't know, man. Like
I don't know, but the NBA still seems to have a better. I guess because the players got more control over their destiny, and they got their face out there.
Yeah.
The NFL is like just like bodies. We sending bodies out there to do the work, and you know what I'm saying. Then the coach get all this glory. The quarterback is like the coach, the quarterback, and the owner. They make it. They get all the glory. But then you got these players out here who are just interchangeable, killing themselves out here.
And that's the thing, because it's like the one position that's mostly white is the prestige position, right. The quarterback. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And then I guess as a black guys came in, who that started with? Who's the first?
The one Super Bowl?
The black one though. It was Doug Williams. Doug Williams. Yeah. So I guess him, but he played more like the traditional role.
Yeah.
He didn't get out there, but then when you start getting to Michael Vicks, and they start freaking it, it sounds like that shit rolling back now. Like, you know what?
And what killed me is like, as much as they try to turn these, oh man, you need to stay in the pocket. You need to be more like how these white boys do. I'm like, y'all call these cats offensive geniuses. If you got a quarterback that can throw and run, you would think they would create a system to where
it changes the whole game.
Yeah, but they don't want that.
Yeah, they don't want
it. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, it changed the whole game.
So,
like what Mike Vick was doing at that time, it was like, oh shit.
Mike Vick was a game changer.
Oh shit, this motherfucker doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. But this is what it was. This is what got in my mind. So I'm paying attention. I literally went back the other day. I don't know. I've been on some bullshit lately. I just been kind of like on my research thing. But nah.
You ain't got to qualify. Ain't no qualifiers needed.
I checked the goddamn anthem. I've heard it. I've been told what it says. I never just read it. No, I never just read it. Mm-hmm. Point blank. It ain't nothing but 2 bars. It's hard 2 bars though. The bars are hard. It's like this, like basically like this country never let them slaves run, and if they do, we gonna see their blood. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, like that's an anthem. So when the cats are saying they're not gonna stand for it, like how can you really force them to stand for that?
Because you don't care.
Yeah, you just don't give a fuck.
You don't, and that's the thing. It's like whatever you talking about, I don't give a fuck. Because you know what I'm saying. And that's the thing. To me, like the sneakiest shit is that when Trump got involved, it let the owners off the hook. Because now the owners like, look, man, Trump causing trouble. We just don't want no trouble.
That's true.
And it's like, nah, y'all was on this anyway. If Trump hadn't said anything, y'all would be taking the same stance. These old white men, bro, old rich white men.
Old rich white men.
They ain't trying to understand.
But I don't see what the funny thing to that. What's their fear? They billionaires. What's black people gonna change for them?
You said what?
What's black people gonna change for them?
But you know what it is like you got to also think about it is that if you come from a family that's owned a team and again, like when you really think about how, and I hate using the slave metaphor for football because again, these cats are getting paid a lot of money and they can choose to go do something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get generational money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not a one-to-one analogy, but honestly, it does kind of fit also. So you gotta think about it as like you're a man, your family owns these people. They're the owner of these people. It's hard, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of, I think it's hard not to internalize that. It's hard, but also
it's real hard. I would imagine it's real hard.
Also, I think that you gotta think about it is like they've never had a black peer. You know what I'm saying? You like no black person. Because I said this about Trump a while ago. It's like I don't think there's been a black person that came to them without their hand out or without calling them sir. No black person can. Hey, Don.
I swear to God, I had to stop before. If I ever met Donald Trump, I would pretend I wouldn't do nothing like him. People, I would say "fuck you," do all that. I wouldn't do none of that. I would make him introduce himself to me.
Yeah, I act like I would just really just not even acknowledge his presence.
I swear to God, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do all that "fuck you" shit,
bro. You know that'll hurt more than anything if you. Right. Oh, all right. Kwaku.
Right.
You don't know who I am. Like,
I would make him introduce himself. That's all I would do. You know what I'm saying?
That would hurt his soul, though.
I swear to God, I had that thought. You know what I'm saying? But I think for a lot of people that'll hurt. Something about your name, like that. My name is my name. Then something about your name is like if you expect that people know you, because again, that's switching the thing a little bit. But you running through the world, and you started. That's already on the other side of it. If I live in this world where I expect that people know me, that's pretty fucked up. Everywhere you go, people know you. Yeah, I can see how that's fucked up.
But you know what? There's situations where you still got to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Like the UTPL Podcast.
Indeed.
This being me, Justen with an E.
With the E, and this is Kwaku, and it's us.
Yeah.
It's just us.
We in here, fellas talking, chilling.
Yeah,
should I say pause? That was kind of weird. Fellas talk. Ride with it. We riding with it.
We riding
with it.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I feel you though, because I think because if you think about it, like anytime like somebody with any kind of notoriety get any kind of trouble is you don't know who I am. You know, think about how many times you hear what Cat put up with the cops.
Yeah.
You know who I am. I'm this. I'm that. And you know what I'm saying? So I can see that. Where it's like, like if your name if your name out there and you feel like people should know, then
when you get to that point, it's weird to have to deal with it. I guess initially, but then once you get to this point where you get accustomed to it, now you're done with it. You're done with what's it, anonymity. You're done with that. Now you expect that people know you. Now all of a sudden you don't know me.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, as a matter of fact, I forgot when we was at when what's the name, Devin had that party for his birthday, like, and somebody was like, where I know you from? Like, I know you from. I'm like that was weird. You know what I'm saying? It was weird to like somebody knew. I'm like, whoa. Right. But again, like if everybody did that, and then the one cat that was like, who is this dude? Like,
right. No, who is you?
Like, you don't know?
Yeah, it was a
you don't know?
it was like a little small point. I did get a taste of that from the podcast.
Yeah.
I was in a club one day and like, man, you a popular guy. You do for the podcast. And I'm like, me? And then like it happened somewhere else. I'm like, fuck. And then like everybody was talking, doing all this chit chat. I'm like, oh wow, this is with fame. Yeah. This is going viral.
Exactly. Like, where's my security?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's I can see that. I can see how that'd be a.
Yeah. So. Switching gears a little bit, we since we officially in the podcast, that was a long ass 9 minutes, wasn't it?
Bruh, was it? That was only 9?
That was only 9 minutes.
Damn. Okay.
But a football banter, but you know what I'm saying. Like I said, it kind of has.
That's all, I know that was because talking sports is torture for you because that ain't your. Nah. If we get we'll do 45 minutes.
It's a misnomer. I don't know what I take sports too serious. I think like I said, like with the football. I'm thinking about the rules changing every year. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about the fact that the coach is doing more than the players to me. That he just sending them out to run this route.
You're a sports hotel.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah. Basketball, my gripe. I don't like watching these little young niggas have exercising. fucking all the bitches, making all the money. I don't see why I'm supposed to watch these niggas have a great time.
Entertaining,
right?
They living a life.
Why should I watch them have a great life? I don't get it.
That's interesting.
Especially when they got younger than me. I didn't notice until they got younger than me.
You know what? The worst thing is like when you kind of get to that age and you realize like you're not getting, no coach is gonna come to LA Fitness.
That's not an option.
And see you and realize like what we're missing is a 6-foot center.
Right.
So now we can go to the championship with you on our team.
And that's crazy, right? Because I played center in junior high, and I'm the same height now.
So yeah, man, I think that's the thing about sports when it really kind of changes and they really become young punks and like these young motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? When you age out of sports, once that about 30, 35 hit, and you've aged out of sports, that be when you be retiring. Like, yeah, they not gonna come get me.
That makes me think. You know what else people aged out of?
What's that? Gloating about what they do.
No. It's been a lot of people yesterday and today that said to themselves or out loud, X didn't what? Bro. And you had at that point had to know. Bro. If you don't know, you got to know.
Bro.
It's over. You old.
It's been one. Give it up.
You out the loop.
Give it up. That's the thing. Like because I don't have not heard any of his music. If an artist can get famous and die before I've heard any of their music,
and have be a coat,
I'm out the loop, bro. And they had a whole visual about this dude. They climbing buildings and all this. Like,
I feel some way like y'all not gonna pop this. This is not pop.
The only good thing is that because I work with this little young cat and we got an intern, so all us was going to lunch, and one of them brought it up, and like nobody knew how to pronounce it. They would just call him X, which is cool. So I was like, I'm not that bad, but
it's Tentacion.
Apparently, I'm not even gonna try it.
Yeah, it's hard. It take a while. I actually knew what it was just because I'm so plugged into stupid shit sometimes. But I've known who it was, and I actually could. He actually just had a semi-hit that didn't go all the way it should have. I think it's called "I'm Sad" or some shit like that.
I might have heard it. I feel like I've heard something of his, and I'm not really paid attention to. But I mean, I almost feel bad saying this, but like, kind of looking to that dude, like he was a bit of a piece of shit.
That's the weird thing about this. He definitely had a checkered past. So I hear people going back and forth about you ain't supposed to bring that up. Everybody has a checkered past. If Malcolm Little would have died,
yeah, but I mean, you beat up a pregnant lady, dude. Like you
beat up a pregnant lady.
Dude. I'm sorry. I heard that apparently he told her to pick a utensil, and that's the utensil he was gonna stick up her. But so that's okay.
He might have been going to jail anyway for this.
Yeah,
shit. Like
so,
he's still like not exonerated from this shit. Maybe he faked his death. I don't know if you can even do that these days. Fake your death. But well, you probably could because people believe anything.
I mean, who gets shot in a drive-by like right there like that on camera?
On camera,
broad daylight.
It's weird, but if this was 10 years ago, it wouldn't be. Well, 20 years ago, it wouldn't be weird for just a drive-by to happen.
In the daylight, though, I mean, I think this the thing is like, I mean, I don't know because. I gotta feel like these cats gotta know everybody. It's cameras everywhere,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Right. If anybody's there, and like people's first instinct is to flip and you know what I'm saying, get to recording. Right. So
I just weird when people are really going in on the fake death thing. Like, you think the police in on it too?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm joking, but yeah, I've heard people are really
yeah. You think the police?
Like, yeah, they trying to pocket. I'm like. Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, with him, yeah, he's definitely an artist with a checkered past. But I think it's always for me the social thing, like the fact that social world, media, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's social media anymore because it's not the media; it's social people.
Yeah, it's just,
you know what I'm saying? For them to jump on that bandwagon and not even know who they supporting, and I get like he is kind of like, and I give it that little end thing about I'm trying to change my life, but.
That's something people say when they have court cases.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to again. Like I mean, I'm not even gonna keep speaking on it because I don't even know. Like I said, the thing is like
he wasn't bad. I could play you a couple songs because what he would do is he would do the mumble shit and then he'd do a song with Joey Badass.
Okay.
Who now does mumble rapping now? I don't know.
Hey man, everybody gotta get that money.
Right, get your money. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he had that thing where he'd go back and forth. So he would like, the moment you were ready to diss him and be like, you'd be like, oh shit, that song right there, that boy rapping, that's a hip hop beat right there. That ain't just, that's that boom bap.
But you know what? I don't judge cats for doing that. I mean, because that's what sells right now, man. Like you got to, I mean, yeah, because I it's a lot of cats that I like, and I'm like, yeah, man. Like I like Dave East, I like Nick Grant, but I'm like, y'all not going nowhere with this, bro. Like y'all 15 years too late, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think Dave East coming out of it. He just on some, and it's making me sad. I want to hear him not win.
Yeah,
do that real
so
shit.
He can stay with me, yeah,
right?
Like,
but he doing that other shit.
Well, you know, we still got Pusha T.
Pusha T. It's a lot of shit happened, huh?
The new hottest motherfucking rap, apparently. The most
who knew braids?
The most overrated.
Right.
That was the funniest thing when they was like, bro, you knew better than battle a 40-year-old motherfucker with braids straight to the back. Like, he ain't got nothing to lose.
Right, he got nothing.
Like, Push to shoot a motherfucking broad daylight just to keep his, because his name is his name, you know?
Yeah, that was the name out, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Now, you think he went too far?
No. Well, I don't think he went too far. I think he went too far out of character. Because, like...
Not to cut you off, I don't want to forget this.
Mm-hmm.
There's a silver lining that people never thought of. This is the first time we got this nigga not to rap about cocaine.
Yeah, like, I mean, don't trip.
This is the very first time.
And that's like, to me, it's like, because, like, Duppy was dope.
It was
dope. But to me, it was like, when you, if you'd have told me one rapper would have came out with a dope reply that was lyrically dope, and one rapper would have came out with some reply talking about somebody's baby mama and talk how their mama can't find a man, I would have said Drake would have did that, and Push would have came with the bars.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they kind of like they did some old Freaky Friday, you know what I'm saying, Lil Dicky body switch or something.
You're definitely right.
You know?
I didn't like, I ain't gonna lie, when all the dust settled and the initial shock of it all settled, I didn't like, even, and then the press run afterwards, because the album, so now he's on a press run, and all he doing, and they asking him the questions, and he not doing the normal rapper shit about, you know what I'm saying, here for that album coming out. Now I got more information. I got, man, like, I wasn't feeling that.
He was all into that. Like, I wasn't feeling none of that.
It got real bitchy.
That's not you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me, like, that was the thing. Like, I mean, because to me, honestly, the blackface picture was more of a heavy hitter than the baby thing. Because all he really had to say was, I'm trying to keep my baby out of it.
A lot of illegitimate children out there, I'm pretty sure.
Not even illegitimate. Again, like, as long as he keep his, because again, as long as he got, because I heard that his baby mama had some tweets talking about Drake was a bad father, and then she took those down right around the time all this stuff came out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, again, it's like, I don't know if you can really judge by that because, when you got two people with a kid, you know what I'm saying? I've been a good father at times.
I'm sure this wasn't his plan. Yeah. I'm sure this wasn't his plan.
But, like, I don't know. It's just, I think it was salacious. It was everybody like, oh shit, like Drake, how, you know what I'm saying?
It fits society, what society wants though. That's what I think that's what the win was, that it fit what people want for some reason. They want just nonsense, microwavable bullshit that they really don't even care about. They don't give a damn about, but it's something to really talk about. Memes, it's funny. Yeah, somebody's downfall.
Whoever makes the get the meme.
Yeah.
But I think further than that, I think it's just that Drake been hot for a while and nobody's ever been able to knock him off his square, and it's the first time he got knocked off his square. And it's the whole build you up to tear you down thing. Everybody was there for that, because really, like, nobody wanted another Meek Mill Drake situation. You know what I'm saying? Right. And Drake been smart about who he became. He ain't come back at Joe Budden's.
Right.
But to me, it's like
Joe Budden couldn't have won that though.
Huh?
Joe Budden, even though I'm a big fan of him talking, not the biggest fan of his whole musical discography, he definitely gave Drake a whole bunch of songs. I wonder how the people who tried this feel about Pusha T getting it in one song. Oh, I'm lying. I fucked up right there.
What?
Pusha T been doing this for years.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I didn't know. Like, again,
Exodus. He done whole videos.
But the problem is nobody fucking cares.
Right.
Because he's Pusha T.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, man, cause who man, when, I forgot who was it. Somebody posted like, man, yeah, right after Daytona came out, all this came out. Somebody's like, yeah, I ain't never heard nobody talking about, yeah, put in that Pusha T.
Right.
And Cass, no, I fuck with Push. I'm like, no, y'all don't.
I've tried before.
Push is disposable. Push is.
Yeah. The last Clips album, I really enjoyed, and I tried. Yeah. I tried to get people to listen to it.
But you know how long that was 20 years ago.
Right.
Like, real talk, if you say Pusha T, the first thing that comes to my mind is grinding. That's you know what I'm saying? Like Push is, what's his name? I can't think his name. From, he not relevant though. He just like, what's the name from G Unit that everybody can say can rap?
Lloyd Banks.
Lloyd Banks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He lyrical, he dope, but nobody fucking cares about Lloyd Banks.
It's not going anywhere.
Nobody fucking cares about most of Slaughterhouse. Nobody fucking cares about Joe Budden. Nobody fucking cares about the Lox. Nobody fucking cares about nobody that's been And I like the individual Lox music they come out with other than Jadakiss. You know what? Let me take that back. I don't want no more smoke from the Jadakiss fans. Jada's dope. Let's move on.
He did 7 songs from goddamn it.
Bro, and that's the thing. It's like, and that's the thing. I don't want to. Fuck. Let's go into the whole good music thing. Cause I want to make it to.
Yeah.
It did happen, and to me, it's like the good thing about Daytona was that he gave you 7 hot songs, and I don't think Pusha had an 8th song. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he had an 8th
I think
song.
individually, if I played you a Pusha song, turned it up and said, listen to this song, is this a good song? It's a good song.
It's going hard.
Yeah.
But the question is, would I listen to that?
Yeah.
This is the thing. Because this is the thing. Because to me, Nas' album was not very good. It's about... this is the thing. For it to be Nas, I wanted 7 good songs and 3 classics from Nas. It's maybe 4 good songs. Yeah. I've had arguments with Cass. I say 4. I like 4 songs on that are okay.
I can't even argue with it, bro. I'm gonna tell you, it's this bad for me. I can't even argue with anybody about it. I can't even get through it.
Really? I can get that. I read an article. I haven't
had the desire to go back and even try.
You know how you've been reading an article and somebody say something you like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I was reading an article and dude was like, yeah, this is Nas' worst album. And I was like, huh. I kept reading. You know what I'm saying? The thing is it's maybe it might be
because on his so-called bad albums, there's songs that I like.
Yeah. And to me, and so this, I kind of felt the way about Kanye and the 7-song thing, and I understand you need at least 7 songs to be Grammy eligible. And
is that what it is?
That kind of bothered me. I'm like, okay, because to me it's kind of like how
I thought it was more organic than that.
Yeah, I thought it was but my thing, if you'd been coming out and they'd have been individual little single rap stories and they concept albums. Okay, now you're trying to do something creative, but it's really just to me it's kind of it's the I don't like the over monetization of rap. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you know how now it's when they have bottles of or jars of stuff now. It come with the bottom of it is it's a little caved up, so you get a little bit instead of the bottom being flat. It's a little, so you get a little bit less product. I don't like that.
Put air in the bag.
You know what I'm saying? Air in the bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. As far as product go, but I kind of okay, cool. You want to sell me the same size jar and charge me the same price and give me a little bit less product, and I feel like that's what Ye doing to music.
He's definitely making a killing on that side of things because I'm gonna spur of the moment make music, and I'm gonna call it art because I just slapped it on the wall, and it was free, and that's my free thought again, and I'm just gonna throw shit on there, and that definitely was never gonna work for Nas.
Yeah, that's not
that was never gonna work for Nas.
And to me, the problem with Nas' album is I don't think those beats were Nas beats.
I've heard I was listening to some people talking today, and I try not to bring things I've heard on other podcasts into this, but it's an interesting point where it's it sounds like, and we know how he records, where he gets your verses, you record to a skeleton beat, and then he does what the fuck he want to do.
Really?
And then you hear, that's what he do all the time to people, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a weird way, yeah.
Okay, and
that wouldn't work for Nas.
And I guess that's my thing because I wonder, I was talking to somebody, I was like, I wonder what that process is. Because my knock on Nas always has been he is horrible at picking beats.
They say that.
And so I'm thinking like, so is it that he just think he can rap on anything, or is it that
he been addressed that Vlad TV guy? He is very hard on this. That Nas is the worst beat pecker ever, and then comes Eminem. That's his thing, right? He's hard on that, and so Salam Remy, J. Cole. But see, J. Cole jammed once in a while. That's what I'm gonna get to. Nas just jam once. Can we just bop? Can we just jam? You know what I'm saying? Can we just get a good song that got you know what I'm saying? They can make a nigga like just jam, nigga.
Yeah. But you know what? And to me, it's like I think because the problem is like I feel like when you're dope, you don't need a super elaborate beat. Give me something simple. Give me a nice little simple beat like Project Windows. Or, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Nabu. Most of Nas' best songs are simple little beats, like New York State of Mind. It don't get more simple. It's a simple beat. Like, I don't need a whole bunch of theatrics with the beat. I need you to spit, bro. I'm here for your spit.
I hate to swing. Damn, I guess there's a lot of music stuff happened. Why are black people so into fucking music? Why is music so damn important in our lives?
I think that, it's...
Because this ain't a music podcast, but by virtue of talking of goings on, music is like all through it.
I think music is something that... music is one of our only outlets, really. Sports and music are our outlets, you know?
One thing I heard that Dr. Umar Johnson, the credible doctor...
That's my new thing. Every time somebody say Umar, I'm going to sigh,
like honorable. But nah, I heard he was on something, I think the Breakfast Club, and he was talking, and he did say that thing about black music. The black music is like our number one export. It's what we have. Yeah. And somehow, some way, we gave it away. And if it was any cash crop that we had to us, it was the performance arts, and we just gave it away. We let other people, and we won't ever do it for ourselves together. We go out and let other people monetize it and give us a piece of it.
You know what I hate? I was talking to a guy in the barbershop, and he was talking about how he had a lawnmower. He had a yard care business. And so he was talking about how he tried to help somebody get on, and that day he gave him a lawnmower and all this other stuff, and dude just went about it, hustle up business and all that. Dude just didn't do nothing with it. And it's like, I feel like sometimes when people get in certain situations, matter of fact, I got a better example. Breakfast Club the other day, they had the cast from that movie. What's dude's name? Lakeith from ATL, from Atlanta. It's a movie where he's gonna be a telemarketer. Yeah. And so they had they had Ghost from Ghost on there. They had Terry Crews, and they had Dude Boots from The Coop. Apparently, he wrote the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or he was a big part of that movie.
I saw the thing, but I didn't click on it.
Anyway, so they were talking. They were kind of talking about how the duality and whatever of working and all. I'm making a long walk to get to this point. But anyway, and they were talking about kind of how the duality and all that. And so Envy was talking about how he used to tell him how he used to put on his white voice. And Charlamagne was like, well, I always hated doing that. I always said I would never put on my white voice. And they was like, yeah, but you put yourself in a position where you don't have to. You do radio. Right. Some people have to do that. Like, right. And I was like, it struck me because I'm like, I hate when people do that. Like, you look down on people that do stuff. And it's like, yeah, everybody can't really put themselves in a position not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you were lucky enough to where you're in an industry where your voice is marketable. Yeah. But if this radio shit didn't work 90% of the time, you're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have that duality.
It's funny thing about that. It was a point in my life, and it may not have been that long ago. It may have been like maybe 5-6 years ago. I realized I didn't have to do that. I realized that I was in that position, maybe not on his level or whatever case, but I realized, wait, my parents started a business. I've been working in that business for 20 years. I don't have to have a white voice.
Yeah, exactly.
I can talk however I want to talk.
Exactly. But you know what I'm saying? But again, like it would be disingenuous for you to look down.
Right.
So I guess going back to Umar, it's like I think that it's hard to look down on somebody that somebody don't want to be in part. Like I just want to make music. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? If that's your passion,
I just want to make the music.
I just want to make the music. I don't care about the business. If I can make the music and make my family and get generational money where my family's straight,
right?
It's
turn
a
passion into a profit.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think sometimes I do get his overall point, but I do think sometimes people get too involved with counting other people's money.
Yeah, but I think what he's saying just over the whole scope of it, black music in general. This is because because even right now, when you talk about like the Apples and the streamings and all that kind of stuff, we don't even know how to count all the streams because they're not actually selling albums. Yeah. They're selling listens.
Well, I guess what you're trying to say is Jay-Z definitely don't know how to count them streams, and that's why the FCC after this man. Like,
yeah, but at the same time, that's part of the Kanye West thing with him that he don't. How do you count? How much is a stream worth? There's never an answer for how much is a stream. It's not a standard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's actually pinning this down. So it's kind of like some. But somebody's making money on this.
Oh yeah, there's money out there. But I mean, and it but even to go back with Umar thing is like I kind of disagree with him because especially now because it's so many people that are monetizing their music. Like look at Bass God, look at Drake. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They were created on YouTube, and you know what I'm saying? Cats knew Drake was worldwide before, you know what I'm saying, Chief Keef. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of them. It's a lot of cats that came up on YouTube. On like 90% of the music that we hear on the radio.
Well, they blew up before going to a record deal. Whether it be SoundCloud, the XX cats. Yeah. Like the XX, when he got signed to $6 million. Like he's, for all intents and purposes, he's a rich young man. He got a $6 million deal. That I don't mean 6 million went to his account, but you know what I'm saying? He got some good change.
He definitely got a bag.
He got a bag and his touring.
I love that phrase.
He got a bag.
That's a hot phrase. Like,
you know what I'm saying? But what's the bag?
Yeah.
What is a bag though? Can a bag be $100?
It depends, man. If
somebody might say I got a bag, he'd be like, I got $1,000. You might be like, it ain't no bag.
Hey, I mean, man, look, man. If it's a bag to you, it's a bag, bro.
It's a bag to you.
Like, it's relative. I done heard cats say like, man, I'm about to get this job, man. Make $12 an hour, man. I'm about to get this paper. Like, sure, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just getting that paper, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I to judge, bro? Right. You might be really good with money.
40,000.
Yeah. Hey.
But I mean, I think like the how they monetize money and all that. I wish it was a little bit more control. Cause like I said, it's such a prevalent thing in society. So where I was about to go, I think it was somehow, some way, it was something you was making me think that I was going to go to the Jay-Z thing, Jay-Z, Beyonce. First of all, you think it's some bullshit to that? Why they came out on the album?
I don't think it's not bullshit to it.
When is Juneteenth?
When?
Yeah. What's the actual date of Juneteenth? Is it the 19th?
18th or 19th. I forget.
I think the album came out on that day.
No, it came out because Juneteenth was just maybe yesterday or the day before.
They came out Saturday, right?
Yeah, they came out the week of Juneteenth is best.
The week, okay.
I mean, I think, don't get it twisted.
Somebody tried to make that like that. They were doing that thing they do. They woke.
I think that them coming out and stealing the show in the middle of...
You want to watch that?
That's cool. I do it too. I trip my tooth doing that bullshit. But yeah. I think them coming out kind of in the middle of the whole good music rollout and also right when Nas' album came out is not accidental.
But if they did it, I think it would be more against Kanye than Nas.
I mean, I think it's against Kanye. I think if Nas is collateral damage, it's not like Jay's like, oh no, not Nas. Right. We should have hit Kid Cudi.
Before we leave.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate Kid Cudi. I just don't understand.
So it's just not me, right? It's
what
not
is
just me.
that?
You know what's so bad? And the thing is, like, his album actually ain't bad.
Well, wait, Jay-Z, then we come back. Let's go back. What about the whole hypocrisy of the band or the we ain't fooling with Kanye West thing?
It's a choice.
I mean, it's people out here who made a stance and say they ain't doing it.
I get it. And it's cool. I mean, well, you know what?
But they did it.
You said, but they didn't?
Yeah, they did. They had to have.
And that's the problem. Like, my thing is, I mean, don't get it twisted. I feel a way about... No, let's stick with let's hit the music, and then we, you know what I'm saying? Let's hit good music, little rollouts, and then we get to Jay-Z, then we get that. Because I feel like that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, like... So,
Nas has a future? That's what I was going to actually want to ask you, too. You think Nas got a future? What do you want to hear from Nas after this?
I want to hear Nas's 444. I want to hear Nas's Grown Man album.
I think we had it already.
That Life is Good. Yeah. It was. And to me, like, that was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
And again, but it's like... I don't know, man. Like, even beyond the beats not being for him, however the beats were made, nothing on that album. It's not one hot lyric where I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I'm going to say something blasphemous. And I'm a Nas fan. I used to wake up and look in the mirror and say, but what Nas, wear this. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck with Nas.
So you had lugs back in the day, is what you said?
He did the lugs too?
And Willie Esco.
Willie Esco. Nah, I ain't the Esco. But I remember him in the source with the Willie Esco.
That full page.
Mm-hmm. But nah, I feel like I don't know if his actual rap method, flow, whatever you want to call it, translate anymore. Sometimes you just got no more wind. You just can't do it.
Rap is a young man's game.
You just can't. Well, I can't say that. That's what brought me to Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z can do it. And he's older than Nas.
But should Jay-Z do it?
He's not giving me enough to say he shouldn't. He's not giving me enough to say, you know what, bro, you're falling behind.
This is the thing.
He's giving me life, as they say.
I'm not going to lie, because I don't mind him and Beyonce album, and I am in no way a Beyonce fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
when y'all fly to the show anyway?
Huh?
I've been thinking about that. Speaking of you not being a fan, when are y'all flying to this show?
Whenever it's in Nashville, we're going to Nashville to see it. The 23rd, August 23rd.
Awesome, August, okay.
And I just spent cash on the 444 concert too. So I'm like, I'd have been cool on not seeing Jay anymore. But you know,
$1,000 out you,
bro. You know what I'm saying? But the wife wanted to see because B was there, and I'm like, cool, because like, God forbid I say no to this one, and Beyonce have a concert in 2 years, and I can't say no. So please let me get B and J. You know what I'm saying? But
well, you think it's gonna be a different show? They're gonna have different music. So.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, like the album, like the thing is, it's crazy because like I'm not a big Beyonce fan to the point where I'm a huge Jay-Z fan. But the point where it's like I don't even like songs that I don't like any of the songs that Jay and Beyonce have done together. I don't like any of these songs. But
when they do songs, the songs are hers.
Yeah, well, not even when they do songs with his album. I mean,
but even when they do it on it's her song.
And like if I had
Bonnie and Clyde was on his album, but it's her song.
And if I had one criticism about the Carter's album is that it's really Beyonce featuring Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. You get towards it's 2 or 3 songs at the end where Jay actually gets to shine. No. But overall, I actually kind of like the album. It's cool.
I don't think he can outshine her. I don't think there's no way he could do it.
No.
He would fuck an album up trying to outshine her.
I mean, it's hard for
she just be T-Painting.
It's hard for a rapper to outshine a singer because it's so easy to go. You can do a run. I mean, it's hard to. I mean, what you gonna just kick a freestyle? You do your verse and then that's it. You know,
especially a singer that's going to be able to mimic rap.
Yeah.
Like and then like do voice changes and do all that she can do.
It's a lot.
You're not gonna.
It's a lot.
That. Well, I guess he did it with R. Kelly though.
I mean, but even with.
But the beats were lackluster. But it still jammed a little bit.
It slapped. They did slap. But it's just, I mean, it's just all the controversy behind it really kind of took away. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, there was like, Jay had songs to himself, you know? I don't think, like, it's a nitpick. I just think that it's Beyonce is just so different because Beyonce is a performer. You know what I'm saying? So, I can imagine them in concert. It's like even with the Ape Shit video, like she juking and Jay just like, I can't really do all that. I'm Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't done it in 20 years. I'm not about to start doing that now.
Right. He definitely better not.
Hell, because bro, when I went to see 444, the man stood on the stage, stood still and rapped for an hour and a half, and it was extremely entertaining.
But he always could do that though. You remember, like he always could just stand over there and just do his thing. But then somebody else come out there and like, nigga, do something.
You got to over here, over
Jay
there.
Always could just stand there.
And even though dance, you got to do a couple little steps of the dances, then break out and run over there while they do. Like, he don't even need dancers, bro. It was just Jay-Z. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Somehow he pulls that off.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might just be he came in with an aura for some way. Remember he came in rich already. He came in at Biggie them level.
Above. Like he came in 3rd grade.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? He skipped the grade. You know what I'm saying? He didn't start in kindergarten or 1st grade like most of these cats did. You know what I'm saying?
He just started at the top.
Yeah, for all the cats that told their moms on me when you know what I'm saying? Like that Juicy, like that was big first like I'm broke song where he had that big jersey. You know what I'm saying? Everybody did the I'm broke video. His first video, even
the Super Cat, and he had Party and Bullshit, all that stuff before that. You know, it was a build up, and it could have not worked after Juicy.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess because so if you go back to like
Warning, I think I was like, whoa, to me.
Yeah. And that's when everybody's like, okay, I get it. But I mean, I guess because Jay came in and like his first of his videos, not the Hawaiian soap that I can't get with that old stuff, but the first Jay video.
Dead Presidents, right?
Yeah.
In My Lifetime was actually his first video.
Was it?
Yeah.
But even with
it was the original In My Lifetime.
Oh, In My Lifetime, I want to see a whole lot of. You're right. Yeah. But even with that, he was better than that.
Right. He was already on the yacht.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like that's he was doing the stuff the Pump was doing on the second album. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he was already on that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. So Jay is hard to match on that thing, but I do think his actual music, getting beyond his status, his actual music, he does seem to have like a flow and a way of catching the beat and being grown on it and talking some shit that you want to hear. It's like it's a lot of intangibles in there that Nas don't seem to have. But even if he living it.
I think Jay always kind of had more of authenticity because he kind of came in breaded, and so everybody. It's like the fact that when it worked and he was breaded still, it was like okay. So I guess you know what I'm saying. Nobody ever thought that maybe he didn't have that money when he first started rapping. We assume he was just that big of a drug dealer, but maybe he was just fronting.
Yeah, I thought it was a front, but then it started being that. Even his enemies was proving like, he that nigga, but
still, fuck him. Yeah, exactly. Right? And nobody came with the old ballerina pictures of Jay-Z. Right, you know what I'm saying? No, there's no history. Nothing in his history is kind of where somebody could attack. But to me, my problem with Nas has always been is that I always felt Nas was telling somebody else's story, whether it was Jungle or whoever.
He been telling the story
because, like, to me, like I believe Cats in the QB was wilding. I just don't know if he was there. You know what I'm saying?
But I always had to think about music where I felt like when they had to think about Rick Ross. I'm not as much lately, but I definitely don't deny his music though. Like his last album, I say Rick Ross. I say this jamming ass album, but around deeper than rap and all that. I was like, this motherfucker,
bro. Yeah, it was a minute when I was like, this dude a problem.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't care if he's real. Do I want a real straight out of jail talentless person to tell the story, or do I want a person who knows how to make good music and is talented to tell the story?
I also think that maybe where you were at in your life when Ross was because again, like if Ross would have came out 10 years earlier, that if Ross would have been out around Big Time, around J Time, all that, that information would have killed him. That info would have killed his career. But I think maybe after Big and Pac got killed, Cass is kind of like, I don't think this really matters. And
it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, Biggie wasn't all that he portrayed.
No.
And Tupac definitely, especially as an old man now, I can look back and say, that young man was a dummy. Yeah. He did a lot of dumb shit.
He put himself in a really stupid situation.
He did a lot of dumb shit. It wasn't just even the demise. It was like he did a lot of dumb shit and said a lot of dumb shit. Now, he definitely said some things that guided a lot of my thinking, too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I can't call it all that, but some of that thinking that he put me in was dumb. Led me into dumb shit.
Yeah. And the thing is like, you see, because to me, like, I always loved Me Against the World as far as Pac's album because I feel like that was the most authentic Pac. Because I think Pac was a sensitive dude, a smart dude, a militant dude, mm-hmm. but I think that he wanted that cover. I think, because this is the thing, because I think that once you're famous, you get so you like. Matter of fact, like with the Game, I think the Game when he first came out, he definitely wasn't the OG that he said he was. But I think now that he's famous, he is the OG that he said he was.
My thug by default.
Yeah. You know
theory. What I'm saying? After a while, you are that. You've been doing it this long.
But not even that, because I think because you big and you got money, mm-hmm. they just go. The OGs is like.
Well, every rapper's that way.
Yeah.
It can be. I've been in situations in Chicago with certain artists where I've seen like the people around them are being what's the word for it? Recruited or being coddled by big time game. So now I'm around the chief of this and that, and we ain't even that. And why are we even here with these people? But it's all because of the connection to a certain artist.
But now you got that artist got his number on speed dial. So if it's a problem, I can call him, and now I owe him. So now he get a little bit closer, and now he my confidant. And now next thing you know, he my manager, or he, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the music too. Again, people those people on certain levels thinking that music is their way out. It seemed like the easiest thing to achieve because they just telling a story. I had a friend that rap, and he had another friend outside of me that I met through him that he actually grew up with. So you can almost say that he grew up with that friend to certain years. Then I meet him, and then we become friends, and we move this way. So he's now the old friend, I'm the new friend, but we both spent 15 years, or just on both different sides of the 15, right? So that's 30 years if you follow what I'm saying. But one day we at my man's show, and the other guy, the old friend, says to me while the other guy's on stage, and true indeed, dude is a street guy. Think about rapping too, Quap. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, word. I never seen you even think about like you know what the fuck. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Niggas out here rapping my life anyway. So, hey. That's exactly for real. Now he's never rapped,
but he got
in his mind.
I got the story.
I got the story. I can do that. Similar to brings us back to Jay Prince. Jay Prince, in a way, if you listen to what this man was saying, if you listen to all them damn interviews and you start putting them all together, he did 1 million of them, his little book run, / Drake run. I was who I was in the streets. I put that, the first Ghetto Boys were making up stories.
Jay Prince. Yeah.
I told these cats what to rap about because I was living that life. I couldn't rap, and every once in a while I even did rap, but most of the times I just gave them the material to rap about. He said that shit like more than once,
and like that's the thing, cause like dude just like I listened to that Breakfast Club interview, like that dude is just so fucking authentic, bro. Yeah, it's like whatever he said he did that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's part of what we missed on the whole Drake thing, huh? Did we? Let's go back a little bit. Like how you even. As far as battle rap, should battle rap even be something that can be called off?
Yeah, man.
Can we wave a white flag?
I think the thing is that I think that two men can have an argument, and there's a way you argue with a man if you're not trying to get physical, but also trying to protect your manhood, to where y'all both can say what you got to say and then walk it off.
You gonna invite me to your manhood?
Yeah, but I mean, there's definitely statements that okay, this is talking is over now.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And so, and I think that what Push did was definitely talking is over. Like, really, how does Drake come back?
I had thoughts. I wonder. Maybe I will, since he's actually saw some things today. Since he's hinting like his album is actually going to possess some bullshit in it.
Let it go.
First, we got to talk about the cocaine, even though he slightly did. We got to talk about your cocaine raps. First nigga to write willy nilly. Inside joke, but. How is your whole goddamn crew went to jail?
But you
and your brother rapping about it and talking about how you and your crew, the whole crew, went to jail.
But that's not. I mean, but the people. But that's not anything. I mean, but again, so it's okay.
So now we get to play with the snitch thing.
But yeah, I mean,
but the problem with Drake will have is that you're dealing with real shit. You're dealing with real shit. Niggas definitely did go to jails.
Mm-hmm. But also, I mean, but not don't get twisted. I don't think it's any pushback from Drake. But I just don't. I mean, it's just like I think that you spit that part, and I'm like,
wait. I mean, you gotta lie. You gotta embellish.
I mean, but not. It's sauce. Just that. I mean, the thing is that is nothing you can. I mean, nobody cares enough about Push to where anything you say is gonna be like, oh shit, you killed Push, because Push is just Push.
Can we talk about that?
I mean, no, don't get it. I mean, but the problem is that if you talk about, I mean, it's kind of stupid for you to say you're not even worth my time, but you're giving it your time. I mean, it's like, I mean, I'm sure Drake could probably, I mean, maybe Drake can come up with something that'll be dope, because hell, I didn't think Nas could come back from Takeover, but Ether was dope. You know what I'm saying? But again, Ether was, with Whiskey, like,
Timeline.
Mustache having, with Whiskers like a rap without, like, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was the dozens. It wasn't
Yeah.
killing you. Like Jay said, like, huh?
You Tybo ho.
Yeah, like Jay was like, yeah, that's a one hot album every 4 year average. That's like Jay broke down your career. He did, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gave statistics and like Beans killed you on your but whatever. And so I mean, I don't know, man, because like
that's the thing about the fervor of people wanting to hear battle raps and people go with each other and tear each other down. That's what's really like weird about this whole thing, switching total gears from legends to bullshit, like the 6ix9ine shit. Mm-hmm. It was odd to me with the Tekashi 6ix9ine shit that he goes from country.
Just real quick, I really felt I'm not even from Chicago, but the way he was running around Chicago, I was a bit insulted.
That's what I was about to say.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your point. Go ahead.
No, I did say like nigga. Shut the fuck up. Nah. Yeah, there's this part of you. I don't know how, because he did this in LA and then he did this in Houston. Right? I pay attention to dumb shit. I know this.
No, I didn't know about this, but go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
He did it with the Bloods. Because he claims to be a blood, and he went over there and y'all ain't real bloods, LA. He got the rappers all wild up. Yeah, YG. Then he went there for the BET Awards, but he didn't show up to places, and they did the same thing. They ran around the city. Where you at? Instagram, Facebook, all this shit, Twitter. Where you at? Did the same shit. Then he went to Houston and did that shit with Jay Prince's sons. And did all that bullshit. Where they jumped his show.
Oh, that's right. Cause they was talking about that where he said they ain't let him in the club or something.
They was on when he came to his show. When they called like Tekashi, they was on the stage. He didn't come out. He didn't show up. Yeah. But where was he at? On the internet. Haha, y'all think I'm stupid? Come to a show. And you know what I'm saying? So he's played this game. So now it became Chicago, and it's like, no, you can never do this with Chicago. They kill for fun. But I was gonna say that it is this weird thing that, I don't want violence. I don't want to see kids doing dumb shit. But why do I want him getting knocked?
He get touched. Not killed, but he could get
something happened. If it happened to be killing, I shouldn't have to take it that far. But
I'm like, y'all,
he asked for it,
bro. But if he gets stolen and then he run off, like I guess my thing is like, that's that troll shit though, and that's the new shit, and it's like
why does the troll work though? Why does it work?
It's entertaining, man.
My baby mama trolled me. It worked on me.
I think people I think we finally just put a word on it, but I think he's a human YouTube comment.
Trolling and antagonizing, it's the same shit, huh?
Yeah, it's just fuck with somebody to be fucking with somebody because there's no consequences to it. Now he's doing some other shit because like most people hide behind the anonymity of the internet. But with him, it's like you're going to places and you're saying things about people.
I just wonder what the money is. Where does it make the money at? He got a deal too. He got the big deal. He got the $1 million deal.
What you gotta think about is like Cass hitting his
views.
I'm sure his Instagram is popping. I'm sure his whatever social, whatever his second life is. So
management has hit them and said, look.
Yeah, not even that. It's just that anybody. So I think that eventually when the music comes out, it's going. Again, all this is really just.
Have you heard his music?
He's terrible. It's just him. I fuck with some young cats, but his shit is just yelling.
It's different. Well, one thing I did appreciate about it is definitely different than other kids.
Yeah. I thought, I don't know why, but for some reason that when I heard this,
I watched kids dance to his music at a barbecue Sunday. I watched requests and get hyped up.
He had an album that didn't come out that long ago, right? A couple months ago.
I don't know if he had an album. He got no albums.
Yes, I thought he had some that came out.
He just got songs because they all on the Billboard. He's selling.
I heard something from him on Spotify, and I was like, "Oh, that's the dude with the hair. Let me check it out." This is before him and Chief Keef and he got into it. This is a couple months ago, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good."
I'm definitely good. But.
And I don't know why, but I thought he was from Florida down south. I don't know why, just from the way his music and that yelling.
Who knew Mexicans was in New York?
Yeah, I didn't realize okay, he from New York. Okay. I didn't know the cats in New York did that well. But everything about him is kind of
a mixture of the bullshit, right? It's like an intentional mixture of the bullshit.
Yeah. It's the thing is if I would have, I feel like if Chris Rock would have did CB4 this year, Gusto would have looked just like Tekashi. The face tattoos, the multicolor hair.
It's not even like cool fake. Not that that could ever be cool.
But yeah,
it's like he did it for clown purposes.
Yeah, like he did it. Like, I mean, it's
even
almost,
the name.
It's like everything he did is like he's almost like a weird troll hipster, where it's like everything is like ironically done. Like he ironically got the face tattoos and he's fucking with these dudes and all that. And I mean, my question is, I guess, yeah, where's the money coming from? Because like, yeah, dude, like I heard he had like SWAT teams covering him and stuff like
Chicago.
That. Yeah, I'm assuming.
Well, here's the weird thing. Here's the weird thing. And I'm not gonna give up the source, but I'm not gonna act like I made this up on my own. But it is true. And once I was hearing it, immediately I was like, damn, I got it before the whole thing came out. So, Rob Emanuel, you know who his brother is?
No.
His brother is a music industry person. He manages artists. He happens to be over Tekashi. So not to say that he called his brother
but
and says my, but then you don't want.
If you Rahm Emanuel brother, you don't have to call Rahm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Enough people know who you are where you can call.
All you have to do is let them know the situation, and it's beneficial for him to not let the loud ass rapper get killed in your city.
So they over respond to the situation,
right? Because they don't want this loud ass rapper to bring all this notoriety to killing.
The last thing what Trump calls the murder capital of the United States needs is
so without 6ix9ine ever asking for. He's going to have police follow him around.
Agenda. Yeah. And they just happen to know where he was going and make sure.
They're going to follow him around. They're going to make sure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's a weird little thing right there.
Anyway, I mean, fuck him. Slavery's a choice.
Wow.
Yeah, we missed a lot.
That just popped right in my face as soon as you said it. Right there. Slavery is a choice.
So we missed a lot.
We missed a lot with him. He cooled out, but that's the thing about this time thing. We took this break from the podcast for, I guess, what amounts to about 2 months. And
everything in the world happening.
Everything's happening. But maybe it is always happening. Maybe you don't notice on a day-to-day basis because you're not paying attention. But when you step back and you're a person that's watching, looking for things to talk about, and you start noticing how much is happening, how much people forget what happened a month ago and move on to something else. It's really, really, really weird. So like, yeah, slavery. A month ago, we quote unquote hated Kanye.
My thing is this: is like
all it took was Daytona.
I don't know, because again, we ain't talking about his album. His album was trash. His album was some shit that he.
Oh, we didn't talk about his shit at all.
Because it was trash. I feel like he wrote that shit like as he was.
Nas was better. I was finna.
What?
Nas was better. I was about to throw Nas under there.
Nah. Because even when you listen to Cudi, you hear Ye on Cudi, and you can tell, okay, Cudi wrote. Like the thing is that with Nas album, the beats slap, but his is like Nas. I mean, Kanye can rap, but he just can't write. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So. I mean, so again, like, but as far as the slavery's a choice thing, and it upset me. Cause I got into it a couple casts on the internet because they kind of tried to. Well, you know what he was saying is that we've been in mental slavery for 400 years and this and that. I'm like, no, that's not what he said. Mm-hmm. What he said was slavery was a choice. He meant whips and chain slavery. The man had plenty of times because again, he had plenty of time to clean up what he said. Mm-hmm. He repeated it on social media. You know what I'm saying? He kind of backed it up in the interview he did with interviews after that, and then even on his album, he kind of alluded to Caps was tripping on what he said. The man didn't clean it up. So for people to start trying, I mean, the point people trying to make is like, yeah, mental slavery is blah 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 is a choice and all that. I get that, but that's not what that man said. And I think, what makes me more upset with Ye than what he said is his irresponsibility with his platform. Because Kanye West is a movement. He is an entity in the black community. When Kanye West does something, it's news. When Kanye West wipes his ass,
I think it's thrown away.
No, I don't think so. You can't just throw that away. Even if it's bad, it's still something. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, I think that it's not going to be reported with fondness like it was. But I mean, and my thing is this: is that I think Ye has been the same Ye. I think we're just not realizing that. Oh, he been on bullshit.
I definitely look back at old material and realize that we have been fooled a little bit. And I'm a person who have spent a semester of college with Kanye West. And I've always had his back in a sense to say that he was weird back then. Mm-hmm. He's not playing a game.
No, that's him.
You know what I'm saying? But I will say there has been some type of shift in a sense. Well, I won't put on that. I do think that he was crazy this whole time. So when he says can't tell me nothing,
he's dead serious.
He was dead serious. He wasn't just jamming.
No, and this is because this is the thing is because
even the way he was rapping, it was the video with Carrie Hilson and Neo and him. And now looking at that, back then he was flamboyant. He was rapping with energy. He looks crazy to me now.
This is the thing, though. There's a direct line between George Bush don't like black people, which going on stage with Taylor Swift.
Yep.
With if I would have voted, I'd have voted for Trump. Yeah. With the MAGA hat, with slavery is a choice.
It's definitely right.
It's a direct straight line. Yeah. That is all Ye. Yeah. I think the thing is that I don't think Ye ever understood us. I think that Ye came at a time where we were receptive to what he was selling.
We were tired of gangster rap?
Yeah.
Because he knocked out gangster rap for a minute, remember?
He did. He came with the backpacks, with the pink
Did they put him against 50 with the record sales? And 50 all of a sudden had this worst...
Yeah, and he smashed 50. I remember that because I was there before, but the album was trash too. That was before I did Self-Destruct, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was trash. But anyway, you can't put that against, what was that, Graduation?
Yeah.
Come on. You know what I'm saying?
It was right.
Bro, come on. And that's the thing. And I think that I want to make 2 points. My first point is that this has always been him. Mm-hmm. And I just think that I think that his times have changed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that talking being on the edge of what people think and kind of trying to be out there was cool when Obama was in office. We could kind of give some latitude. Mm-hmm. But now when Trump in office, we need our leaders, and he is one of our leaders, especially because you took that mantle with the whole George Bush don't like black people. So now we look to you for this.
I like that leader thing.
But it is, though. You know what I'm saying? So now it's when you put on that MAGA hat, that hurts people. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the fact that he don't understand it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is I really feel like and I think, again, God rest her soul, but his mother did him a real disservice because when she passed, she left him alone. She was a big part of his life, and I think that she never really kicked him out of the nest so he could fly on his own, so he could kind of create his own circle. So when she left, I
actually went to Chicago State when she was teaching there. I'm not gonna lie. It would be good for the podcast to say I was in the class. But it seems to be something left him. Part of me said, let me get my
okay. It's my bad. I just realized my second. So my second point is that a lot of the stuff with Kanye West is our fault because we have to. Because I think it's something that's been coming along for a while now, and especially with Trump now, people starting to see it. But it's words have lost all meaning, and I think the problem with that is words have to have meaning because when we tell somebody that they're a genius for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? Instead of saying you're a musical genius, real talk, I listened to that interview he had with Charlamagne, and he was pissed when he was when I try to do clothing, they was treating me like everybody else that does clothing. I'm like, no, do this, do that, and they weren't listening. I'm like, these people are stupid, and I'm like, well, and people are like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, nothing. If you've been called nothing, if he's a genius, nothing's wrong with that. If I'm a genius and I say something and you don't do it, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
If I'm a genius, if you've been telling me for 20 years I'm a genius, but again, the problem is no, nigga, I'm trying to fucking no, nigga. You're not a fucking genius.
You might have went this whole time without saying nigga.
I did. But this kind of obsessed me. They're like, bro, you're a musical genius. When you jump out in politics, no, you're not a political genius. You're a musical genius that's talking about politics.
Yeah.
You're a musical genius that has shitty political ideas.
Yeah.
You're a musical genius that tried to do clothing, but you're a musical genius that has shitty clothes and shitty shoes and all this other stuff.
That shit, I love it. I love to do this. The Matrix. I love to interject. Them people are dressed out of the Zion. That's the same fucking clothes. It's the same clothes. It's the people in Zion. I know I'm the only one that watched this shit a million times. It's the same clothes.
I wasn't expecting that. Yeah,
that's how they dressed in Zion, man. It's the same exact clothes. I could definitely see them. You never saw their feet, really. But I could definitely see them with Yeezys.
Yeah, some boots.
I can definitely see them with Yeezys.
And that's the thing. And it's like, all that stuff is absolute trash. Like, for somebody with such good style, like, yeah, dude, like, he put together some decent outfits as far as the polo, wrist central. I used to hate the wrist central dudes. The Eastlands and the, you know what I'm saying, the polo and boots and all, you know. And
when I met him, he was wearing
polo hat to the back. He was
wearing two. I definitely wasn't one of them guys. Two Nauticas and shits.
Two polos, two polos.
When I met him, he was wearing two polos and he was wearing wallabies. And I was thinking to myself, I met him. I actually. I'm on Kanye West podcast now. I worked a signature group with him in freshman year in Chicago State College University, and so at a certain point I realized I'm working with this dude. I'm seeing him both places. Mm-hmm. So we get to talking and shit. Now I would say something you were saying earlier. I would say that I disagreed with him back then about something the same way I disagreed now, and I couldn't understand what he was doing the same way I can't understand now, because all I knew was, which is another side story that I always tell rappers, that if you want to make it to where Kanye West is, you're not doing nowhere near what that nigga was doing. Because that motherfucker, all he did was write raps. All he did. At school, I saw him, cafeteria, writing raps. At work, writing raps. Fuck the answering that phone, writing rap. Y'all gonna fire her? This is why I couldn't understand. Oh, y'all firing everybody next week who don't come to project? Yeah. I'm writing raps. Yeah. So much so that I myself called myself a fledgling freestyler and rapper. I was scared that I was never going to tell him I was going to rap. Which is another story I tell other people about when they talk about their dreams. I always tell that I was around Kanye West. I had a certain dream, but I had a fear to tell this man that I wouldn't rap. That I rap because I was scared that if I said that shit, knowing how serious he was, we was rapping right there
on the spot.
We was rapping in front of everybody at work.
And that's the thing. And it's like, but my thing is this though, is like, yeah, I feel like I can applaud that, because my thing like this, if you have a dream and you want to be something, everybody, it should ooze off you. Everybody around you should know that's what you want, that's what you're thinking about, because you know what I'm saying? And I think the biggest problem with Ye now, and the biggest switch in Ye now, where it's like, yeah, he was on that straight line, but it went from left, what people were cool with, to right, is that the people around him.
But his behavior is the same. Just the subject is different. Yeah, we don't like the subject now.
Because before,
he's the same. Yeah,
he was talking to Dr. West.
Yeah.
And she was kind of spitting to him and telling him stuff. Now he's talking to Mrs. Kardashian West and their mother. Those are the people he got around him, and now they got him on medication. And you know what I'm saying? So he in a different environment, and like, cause the thing that blew me is like, I watched that whole interview between him and Charlamagne, and it's like how oblivious he is to simple stuff. So Charlamagne was like, yeah, so you know they got you medicated now. He's like, how do you know these people really got your back? And Ye was like, he started to answer, and he was like, huh. And I'm like, this can't be the first time you thought, like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's wild if it is.
That's insane at this moment right here, after you've been married for years and got kids with this woman, is this the first time that that's crossed your mind? But if you as focused, as driven as somebody is, again, it's like, the problem with that
focus, and then there's one thing that we have to take for granted, and that we can't take for granted, is that, and we kind of touched on it earlier, about, like when we were talking about the anonymity of not being famous and that kind of thing, being in that world when you're at this level where everybody's looking at you. I used to be around the R. Kelly character, and we would go to clubs, and if you ever go to a club with somebody like that, the club turns around and faces you. You become, no matter where y'all at, you're in the middle of the club, and everybody's facing you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like a weird thing. Yeah. So when you become the center of attention, literally, everywhere you go, after a while, it has to do something to your mind.
To where every time you talk, every joke is funny.
Everything is funny.
Everything you say is like, oh, it's deep. Right. And it's like, eventually, like, so
where's reality?
I'm not sure.
Okay, Alexa. So I hate this. She be doing it in my house too.
Yeah.
So the thing is that at some point, I mean, again, and especially somebody like Kanye, who was predisposed, because again, like, bro, like, he's the type of dude who's predisposed to that anyway, of extreme self-confidence. To get that validated for so long is, I mean, again, it's like you don't second guess your choices.
Right.
You don't think about the downside of what you do, because what you do is golden.
The only thing that slaps him down is Jay-Z.
Yeah. Like the fact that Jay-Z won't be his surrogate father, it really hurts him. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only thing we got to hold this nigga back.
So anyway, talking about fathers, let's talk about America's father.
America's father? Who's
America's father. Well, used to be America's father. Mr. William Cosby. We ain't even talk about how
his sentencing is coming up real soon, ain't it?
Yeah. I hope he rots in jail forever. Fuck him. Sorry, I think he did it. If that's not bad,
I think he did it. I definitely think he did it. Only thing I have to go on is that him doing it, I don't know if it's as demonistic as they put it. I don't know if it's that different to him in his situation than us or me giving a chick feed alcohol purposely to get her drunk to have sex with her. Now, the whole picture that we have put in our mind about him sleeping with a corpse, that's the picture that we made up.
Well, no, honestly, like, if I had to speculate, and I hate speculating, but I think that's a fetish thing.
Yeah, that we put a fetish on that he's out here sleeping with these dead women.
I think that he probably tried it with his wife, and she was like, "Nah, fam."
I've heard other people say this.
Go take that outside. You know what I'm saying? But that's interesting. The alcohol thing. That is very interesting.
I've done it.
Yeah. Everybody.
Very purposely before.
Everybody's done it. Yeah.
Like normally night, I know what next time I'm going to do. I'm going to play that same song that you're jamming to right now, and I'm going to give you alcohol. I had a whole plan of playing that song, and I waited till it was perfect time to play Miguel because I knew exactly what was going to happen.
But and what? So when does that? You stop me here.
Yeah. At some point, does somebody come back and tell you?
Okay, but I guess the question is, when does that go from romantic to deceitful? Because, like I said, I can't make you drink. You know your limit. Right. I mean, again, because I think
but them, I saw you. I know you because I can't just because I don't know if. Again, no, I don't know. Have they ever said? Well, I guess they did say he kind of did. We pictured him over there. Mixing the drink,
No, he said that chicks about. You got a headache? Here, take these. Here, you thirsty? Here, drink this.
All right. And then when we talk about Quaaludes, then I think the times changed. The Quaaludes, like Quaaludes were a little bit more. We don't even know what Quaaludes are really. It's not even a thing anymore. So now they're saying
the only thing I know about Quaaludes, I know from The Wolf of Wall Street.
I was gonna say Scarface.
Well, I don't know, but anyway, like in The Wolf of Wall Street, dude took some Quaaludes, and then they like, somebody called him, and I think somehow he had to get home real quick, and then so like in his mind he drove home, but then they showed him actually like dude crawled to the car and he driving and crashing into all kind of cars and all kind of.
But his mind, he was doing something else.
You know what I'm saying? In his mind, he thought he made it home good, but he
did not want any drug like that.
Yeah, like I don't want to be out my body,
right?
But again, the thing is like he said in a deposition, I bought the drugs to give to women. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? He admitted all this in the deposition.
About
the problem I had, the only like again,
night jar to give to women,
right? And again, it's like dude made jokes, made comedy routines about Spanish Fly, about women passing out. He done did a little bit on the Cosby Show. He done did an interview on Larry King. You know what I'm saying? So it's not outside of, like, when you really look through it, it's not outside to think that this is just somebody just lying on him.
Yeah, but that's like, where did I'm not past that. I'm not saying that he didn't do these things. I'm saying that I feel like somehow, some way, this became a norm to him, and I'm not so sure that this is like Michael Myers' norm. I think something in his society made this a norm, for him, and he's doing it, not thinking all these years later. You know what I'm saying? Then, and I can see us feeling a certain way, because I don't really talk to older people about this, because he's older.
Yeah.
He's not just our parents old. He's like above them. He's grandparents, right?
Oh, yeah. He might be old for grandparents.
Right. So I could always say to myself that, like right now, I know a certain story about a particular basketball player that everybody loves that we're gonna bring up later on, but I'm gonna act like it doesn't tie to this story. And it don't match none of the narrative on TV. None of the narrative on TV, because we say all these other things, but then what they throw you back in your face, but he's the great man.
Yeah.
But I know another story.
But you know what? I mean, and I think, but just to do a quick offshoot, that's kind of the thing, like, where people's reputation is so very manicured, and that's kind of why people were kind of in their feelings about Tiffany Haddish telling the story about Beyonce getting bit and supposedly confirming that it was Sanaa Lathan. And Sanaa Lathan people was like, you know, why you doing her like that? We all, you know, cause she cool with her people, and it's like, because I mean, if you would have asked me, like, do you think Sanaa Lathan is a drug addict or does drugs is high like that, the way she would do something, I'm like, Sanaa, like, nah, that's not her image. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, I mean, again, like, these images, people's images are very carefully manicured.
They're manicured, but it's like always been. But 30 years from now, just going out with it. Who's hearing this? LeBron. We hear this bullshit about LeBron. How do we feel when 30 years from now, when they say LeBron was doing this in this day and time? Right now, in this day and time, we don't see no parts of this. But years later, if they tell us he's doing all these things, our inclination is to, like, hell no.
I mean, but I think the thing is this, though, is like, I don't think there was ever a time when having sex with women who are under the influence was just like, hell yeah, that's cool. It's always been kind of like, I mean,
you're supposed to be under the same influence, by the way.
Huh?
You're supposed to be under the same influence.
Like, if you drinking, I'm chilling. That's weird. Like, you taking shots of vodka, I'm taking shots of water.
Yeah,
you want some shit. You know what I'm saying? You want some shit.
Yeah, right. You're doing glass shots.
If we drinking, water. If we drinking, then you know what I'm saying. I mean, because I think the thing is, like, because I think with the whole I'm drunk thing,
he should try that defense.
Bro, we was on Quaalude. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, because I think that, like, with the drinking thing, because you kind of fucked me up with that. I think we overestimate how much we trick them into giving it up. Women know what they want. Women even like to play the whole let themselves off the hook and be like, I'm drunk, so I'm just gonna not even worry and just I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because I think that I guess my thing. Well, let me define drunk first. If we're tipsy, yeah. But if I can't walk, then there was a. I've had I would say. Very, like, next morning sober, asking women, they're like, nigga, shut the fuck up. But I've definitely had a couple situations like, did I go overstep some boundaries? You know what I'm saying? There was a couple, like, one was a woman saying we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't be doing this during sex, and she said it like 3 too many times. Yeah, and you like, you want to stop? Like,
right?
What I want to stop?
Right? Am I raping? Yeah. Like, you keep saying, like, you saying we shouldn't be doing it. I know she got a boyfriend and she didn't want to be doing, but she said it too many times, and it was like, wait a minute, is this rape?
I had a chick tell me, like, bro, we not having sex as she was putting a condom on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's
I tried when we had this conversation. I've said to my sister before. This is definitely taking us another world. We still got time though. Time is still time. Yeah, that's a weird thing about the yes and no of sex and so forth and so on is weird. I don't think that Bill Cosby's in a yes or no. Yeah. I don't think he's in a yes or no situation. I think he's doing something different. He's inebriating, if that's a word, these women in order to have sex with them. And I can say I've been there too in using alcohol. Was my tool that I used. I've used alcohol. Like you said, to me, it is weak to not be drinking it too. I was drinking with her.
Yeah,
I just know that she's gonna get drunker than me.
Yeah.
She's gonna get drunker than me.
Or maybe she's plenty drunk. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I think that we kind of. I mean, again, like, I mean, I think we have to be. Yeah, it's like that's the thing. It's like I don't think it's simple as yes or no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Consent is a complicated issue. It doesn't seem like it should be, but it is because, I mean. You know, nobody wants to, hey, is it okay if I touch you? Because you know how they say in college you're supposed to ask consent for every step and all that. Like, realistically, nobody's doing that. And I don't think, realistically, most women want that. There might be some out there that, you know what I'm saying, definitely firmly want that consent. But for the most part, that's just not real life or realistic.
Pause for the cause.
But anyway, my problem about the whole Bill Cosby thing, and again, I'm wholeheartedly in the whole he's guilty, but I really, really kind of don't like how they got him. And because like they use like a sealed deposition as evidence in court, and I kind of feel like if it's a sealed deposition, how is this in turn being used against me? You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, it was dirty enough that sealed deposition got released, and then people could see like this is actually what he said in the sealed deposition.
That was a nail in the coffin, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was a nail in the coffin. I mean, but it didn't. It couldn't help him. I mean, I gotta imagine if I'm in court and I'm watching somebody and they say this dude said this is why he did it. It can't fucking help. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, like, because it's the whole Larry Hoover thing, whereas like. They, because you know because like when Larry Hoover was in jail, the way he ended up getting those multiple life is that when people would come visit him, they put microphones on their name tags.
Right.
Now again, they did it with his lawyer and all that because they said that. But again, like now that's illegal. They changed it after the fact to get him, and I'm like, that's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Because at what point, like, if the government wants you, they're just gonna get you. I mean, and again, it's like, I mean, again, it's like, well, you shouldn't have been doing that. But come on, man.
But the law's the law. We playing a law game here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's.
Yeah, I don't think. I think these laws are not really for us.
No, absolutely not.
Right, they're not for us. Which I think when we go to another conversation, my political theory of 2018 and 2017, ever since Trump has been, is that democracy, I don't believe, I think the whole thing is a farce. And I'm really just waiting for somebody to get on TV and say, look, why do we keep talking about democracy? They obviously don't want democracy. They don't like the rules. They're changing the rules.
The rules change. I mean, but that's how, because you know, like taxes. Taxes were created when it was some kind of whenever that they overthrew some king, and so the people was like, "Look, this is what we're gonna do. Everybody gonna pay into the government, blah whatever." Cool. So they did that, and the king was like, and whoever's in charge was like, "Cool." So that's when they started creating these loopholes so that they don't have to pay taxes. Now the poor people are paying taxes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, the thing is, because you got to think about it, is like our country's so crazy. It's like you could legally bribe a politician. They call lobbyists. This, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, to me, it's like that's my problem with a lot of these conspiracies.
But all of a sudden, when they do it the wrong way,
then now it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Because, and again, it's like even with like with these immigrant kids. This was going on when Obama was in office. You know what I'm saying? They had 2 of those centers in Texas when Obama was in office.
Right, they didn't just get built.
And
They didn't just get built.
No, they didn't get built. And the thing is like Well, yeah, you can say now. I mean, with Trump and his zero tolerance policy, because again, when Obama was in office, most people who came over, they were given a court date, they were given an ankle bracelet, and then they would have to come back for their court date. You know, some people didn't ran for, but the vast majority of them, they said 75% of those people came to their court dates and went through the whole process. And that way they can go kind of live comfortably and go with their kids and work and do all the stuff they got to do. And then like, that was kind of a good way to see, because they made positive steps towards citizenship, like trying to work, trying to be good. You know what I'm saying? Also, if they went out there and started doing dumb shit and got into trouble, that would work against them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but there were some people that were caught and immediately jailed. If they had children with them, those children were taken.
Right.
Now, the thing is, because it was less, they were treated a lot better. But Trump and the zero tolerance thing, now pretty much anybody who comes across the border is considered a criminal and they're locked up until their court date. So now anybody with any children come are immediately put in pretty much they're for pretty much de facto locked up.
You think this is all just playing to the base?
Definitely. You talking about the what he's doing?
What he's doing.
It's all playing. It's definitely playing to the base. I mean, I think that the fallout of now they're trying to but the fact that now they're trying to publicize how these kids are being treated is like, okay, so what do we do with these kids then?
Well, I think there's some things. I have questions still. That's why in this conversation I probably pose everything as a question. For one, I think that with Trump, him doing this, is this maybe even a right method? Roll with me. In saying, okay, look, if you come over here, you were sneaking over here. Mm-hmm. Your punishment is one day you get caught, so forth and so on, your children. But now we're going to up the ante. If you come over here and you bring your children, and now you're going to try to just leave your children, we're going to lock, because that's all you wanted.
Yeah, it's a deterrent. It's definitely a deterrent. It's
a deterrent now to stop the flow. And if that's what I'm concerned with.
That's definitely intentional.
Right.
All that is definitely intentional. Yeah, that's what you're asking.
And something else that was posed, that him going... They're running from something. They're leaving something for a reason. They're going through, because from what I understand, this is a very treacherous travel to even pull this stunt. You know what I'm saying? You don't just go through all these countries free like that. And these obviously they don't have any money, so they got to do shit. They got, you know what I'm saying? It's wild to even make this journey. Right? So they're dragging their children through this dangerous journey, you know what I'm saying? And still won't even be legal when they get to where they at. Right? So for them to do that, they're running from something. Am I trying to make it now worse? What you're running to is worse than what you're running from?
That's exactly what they're trying to do. It's a deterrent. It's because I was reading this article today, and like this guy kind of came to Obama, was like, bro, you need to stop this. Like, this is going to be a stand in your legacy if this ever really gets out. And Obama...
He is throwing Obama out there. He is throwing Obama name
Trump.
into it.
It was some,
but he is a little bit.
Immigration report. No, Trump is definitely. But
he said Democrats. He didn't say Obama specifically.
Well, he did say Obama, but that's what Trump do. I mean, but that's his de facto defense. But I mean, it's not true, but I think it's just different. I mean, I think that there were scenarios when this happened, but these were the worst. This was kind of the worst case. This wasn't the norm like it is under Trump, and I think that's the difference. Is that this is happening to everybody that comes across, irregardless of situation. There are some guys, there are some cats that trying to sneak across to be on some bullshit. Yeah. There are some cats that's really running from some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And again, but also the thing is why the numbers are higher is because Mexico was stopping a lot of, because this is the thing. Like, as far as immigration goes, immigrants from Mexico is a net negative. And what that means is that more Mexicans are moving back to Mexico than are coming to the U.S.
We're talking about El Salvador.
But as far as people, exactly, and South Americans that are coming up. But the thing is that Mexico used to stop a lot of that. But with Trump talking all this dumb shit about y'all build the wall and all that, they're like, no, go ahead.
And they're saying that this is a little bit of pressure for that. This is pressure. Oh, you're not going to pay for it? Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is what we're going to do.
But it's not hurting Mexico. These ain't Mexicans. They don't give a fuck.
They're not Mexicans, yeah. Maybe the world looks at them as Mexicans. I had a conversation about Mexicans and I was in Africa, and they're like, Mexicans? What are those?
Yeah. But, I mean, no, this is definitely intentional. All that is definitely about, it's a deterrent. It's like, this is going to happen. You see this? Like, dog, this stuff is, it does bother me that people don't, but then again, how will we know about it? That's the whole point. Like, some people say, well, y'all wouldn't know about it if the news ain't show it. Like, yeah, that's the point of the news, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no, like you were saying, it's like, yeah, all this is intentional. But again, it's like it kind of go back to like what you were saying about like laws and all that. Like that's the thing, and like politicians just make the shit up as they go, man. None of this is.
I think somehow we taught history and we think that it's supposed to be what it was, when it's going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah,
at that point
I don't
in
even
time.
think
you don't even realize you're living in history.
Yeah, because I don't think what it was really is what it was. It's just that they clean up the story after the fact.
Yeah, what's going to be told about now?
Yeah.
100 years from now.
It depends. I mean,
how they frame it.
It depends. It could be how successful Obama was, and like if Trump burns out and flames out and all that, it'll be about how successful Obama was in comparison to the next guy and how bad he was and the stuff he did and he got impeached. Or it could be like, man, all the stuff that this guy did to finally get us back our white utopia, to where get our country back and all that. Like, so you know, I mean,
and that's and the way they even teach it to you, like in this weird way. I picture George Washington them in color. I picture Martin Luther King them in black and white.
Huh? Yeah. Because you saw them, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's the way they frame it. Like it. So you don't even realize that shit was 30 years ago, 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You was a baby when that shit was happening. But the way they teach it to you is like it's the past. It's a long time ago. Mm-hmm. It's, you know what I'm saying? That's a weird thing.
Different era. Like, no, it's people that are alive that were sitting on the back of the bus.
Mm-hmm. Keeping with politics. Kim Jong-un.
I thought he was going to kidnap Trump ass.
I thought maybe the other way around.
I didn't think about that.
I thought they would capture his ass and lock him up.
The problem is that the U.S. wouldn't have did it that publicly. Once they made it public that they were going to meet, I knew dude was safe getting there and coming back. The U.S. don't want to be that country.
Right.
Out loud.
Right.
6 months from now, if he disappeared, like this thing, like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like Kim Jong ain't actually Kim Jong. It's probably one of his body doubles.
They did say that they had that thing going on, right?
Where they probably already done killed him, and they just come like they don't want to look weak, so they just had the next dude that looked like him just keep rolling like that's really dude, and you know what I'm saying. What
I'm watching for with that is that, well, first of all, I'm gonna say that next day I come across my mother and she says he made a fool out of them Democrats, didn't he? Trump made a fool out of him because what he did simply, they act like it was such a political thing, and he did it and made it make common man shit. Meet with him, give you my real phone number, call my cell phone, man. He hit him with that and made it real common, and what we made it into this real political strategic thing for all these years.
Yeah, but
and all he had to say was, let's meet up and let's talk.
I think the problem is that the Democrats don't understand that they're playing a different game than Trump. Like, and they're trying to, I guess, get stuff. They're trying to get policy.
They're still playing with the rules.
And Trump is just trying to win the headline.
Right.
So just the fact that Trump met with Kim Jong, and again, like, and first off, I mean, because leading up to that, he started talking about how bad the Iran deal was and how he stepped out the Iran deal, even though people went back and negotiated. Like, that was something that was negotiated by ambassadors for years. And then, you know what I'm saying, that it took a while to get there. And he was like, that sucks.
Right.
And then he go to Kim Jong like, you gonna stop making nukes? Yeah.
Right.
My dude, that's what's up.
Right. This
was a great thing today. He said he's gonna stop making nukes. Well, what assurances do you have? I mean, I don't know, man. I just looked him in the eye. He seemed like a straight shooter. What if he don't? I mean, well, if he don't, I'll be very disappointed.
His interpreter said.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like he's playing a zero stakes game. It's just like, if it happens, which it probably won't, then it's a win.
Yeah.
If it don't, then everybody like, oh, well, he wasn't really an ambassador. No, it's other people. And it's not his fault. I got him to come to the table. I got him to say he'll do it. The ambassadors messed it up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And all that being said, he may end up getting a Nobel Peace Prize.
What does that even mean, though?
It adds to his story like he's the great president. And that's really at the end of the legacy of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, yeah, because Obama got it.
It's
so
how he gets to the next 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
because
I think I do.
It erases all the dumb shit. We got a million wild things like the Cohen shit and all that shit.
Yeah.
We not even talking about. I'm trying to hear how Cohen. I keep on YouTube trying to hear how Cohen is about to flip. I keep reading it, but when I click on it, I hear all kind of other shit for 40 minutes. And I'm like, all right, fuck this shit. I want to hear about Cohen. I want to get back to the bullshit. I want to hear about how this nigga is the mob.
Yeah.
I want to hear about that. But I can't get to it because he's covering it up with all the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, it's like it's so many different plays going on. It's like it's him over here on one hand playing with the white people that are disenfranchised in their own stupid way, but they still have that white privilege. So he's saying, hey, you guys aren't getting your white privilege. We're going to make America great again. We're going to restore your white privilege that you haven't been feeling all these years. Mm-hmm. They all for that. They all for that because that's what they don't want to let go. I heard somebody say one time about racism that's the pure thing of racism, not letting go of white privilege. If you got it, how do you let that go? And they're never going to do that, right?
No.
So he's doing that. At the same time, how did he get in this position? Didn't have anything to do with them people.
No.
This is almost like some mob activity. Him, Cohen, all these people up in this situation just to get him in a certain position. And then at the same time, we got the whole Russia thing going on over there that he's indebted to Russia for all these different reasons, and he just blatantly, I want him back in the G7.
Yeah,
I want what? Out of all the bullshit you're going through right now, you got the nerve to say that?
Yeah, but I think this is the thing. I always feel like whenever you say that your enemy is stupid, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because just because somebody disagrees with me, they're stupid. I don't think Trump is like smart. Because I just think that like a lot of stuff Trump end up working out. And I'm like, I don't know if you can fail upward this much. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Trump, I don't think Trump is a total dummy. But
if you have nefarious goals, another word I don't really like using, but evil. If you have evil, it may be dumb, but like the Joker might have been dumb, but he was getting it done.
Yeah, it's like you'll find a way. You'll figure something out.
You'll do whatever to get to your end goal. If you do whatever.
And that's the thing. Is like Trump whole thing is like he really out here trying to line his pockets. Anything else is just window dressing to keep his voters happy. This immigration stuff, cool. I think
that's so smart. It's almost unbeatable.
That's what all politicians do. I just think they're not as nakedly blatant with it as Trump is.
And then even in that smart. Now we can say he stumbled across it because it's his own narcissism, whatever the case may be. But stumbled across the fact that I can just be a blatant asshole, and these people want a white asshole to finally come in and be like, I don't give a fuck. He a war hero. He going against us, y'all. Fuck him too.
Fuck him. Yeah, we want a Space Force. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right. Space Force sounds good. I can see how that can play. Like Space. This nigga started the Space Force.
That shit sound dope. Fuck it. I want to go to space. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that.
Why didn't Obama think of the Space Force?
Trump is. I think black people underestimate how compelling, how. You know that thing that whatever it is that Jay-Z has where he could sit on stage for an hour and a half and just rap, Trump has that. Yeah. That it factor, that star power, that people are drawn to him. Trump has always had it.
I've always maintained that 50 Cent and Trump use the same tactics. He's doing it in his level, 50 Cent, but it's the same tactic of lambasting anybody who says anything against me.
Yeah.
I'm going to the truth. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Like this cat in the pool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with whatever. I'm gonna do whatever, and people will gravitate towards that because now that's what we have. And the whole fake news thing is genius.
You had the balls to say what we don't.
Right, fake news is genius. It's so genius that it's fucked up because you tear apart everything. Because now it's all about information coming to us, and when you distort information, just the basis of information, now nothing is to be trusted. But everything is to be trusted at the same time.
Everything is now words don't mean anything.
Right. But they do at the same time.
Yeah.
They mean everything.
No,
and
that's
nothing.
words have meaning. It's just that they don't mean anything.
No, I'm saying people still, even though they don't believe nothing, but you believe whatever you want to now.
You believe whatever. I think the problem is you believe whatever.
It's somebody to say something you want to agree with.
But the thing is like people don't want to think critically. People want to say. People want to know that they're right. They don't want to. They don't want information. They want confirmation that they're right. And so anything you need, you can find it. I've seen this website. It's called Nowhere News. And what they do is they give you an article, no bias. And they have this engine that then if you click left wing, it'll give you that article, left wing version. And if you click right wing, they'll give you a right wing version of the article. Christ. And it's hilarious. Like it's crazy and it'll be a three paragraph article and they'll change 3 sentences, but it's just like the whole connotation, the whole meaning, and the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like it's funny because like I was listening to NPR. You know, NPR is supposed to be unbiased, and they were talking about the kids being taken from there. They're like, yeah, well, you know, it's really proliferated with the zero tolerance thing that Trump did, that he can reverse anytime he wants. And like just that little, you know, so that little piece right there is like, okay, this is a person from the left wing that wants, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like it's tough because everybody doesn't think critically. I think so many, and especially white people. I think that white people are so they don't have the mistrust for society.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't have to have.
Yeah, they don't have to have it. They don't have because I remember I was working. This was when the whole Iraq war thing was starting, and I'm like, why they going to Iraq? Like, I mean, why they going to Afghanistan? I thought Iraq. And the guy I was working with, he was like, I mean, well, you know, they got to know something, so you know,
right.
If I'm sure they got their reasons. Right. It's just, you know, they'll let us know. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
you trust the government, like
bro? Like word? Like I mean, implicitly. You know what I'm saying? And it was me and like 4 white cats, and them cats like argue me down.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, man, like Jay, come on, man, like they you know, ultimately we know they have our best interests in heart. You know, I mean, they got the whole security force and the whole security apparatus that knows this and other thing. Like,
then at the same time, now those same people don't trust the FBI and the CIA.
I don't trust the FBI and the CIA. Not because I'm black, but because with the when they were talking about the whole birther thing, talking about Obama wasn't from the U.S. I was like, this is stupid because he's the president.
Right. I
kind of got to feel like somebody checked this shit.
Obama could have never made it to where he is without being perfect.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He could have had it. But my thing is, this is like exactly that's right. My point. But like. I feel like that if I'm an agency, if I'm a federal agent, and I'm like, okay, this guy's going to be in charge, I need to make sure he's not compromised because that would compromise the whole country. Right. I feel like somebody got to be checking this stuff. That's why this whole Trump-Russia thing makes me really nervous because I'm like, is nobody checking this shit?
It really feels like,
you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I'm kind of like.
It sounds like, from what I'm gathering, they did know, but they didn't know because of the way that society is, American society is now. They couldn't say anything.
Obama didn't say anything because he didn't want to seem like he was swaying the election.
Right. So him not playing that game, Trump would definitely have done it.
Oh yeah, he'd have leaked that shit.
But he didn't want to do that because that's not how you do things.
He's actually a good person.
Yeah. I'm not going to sway the election. I'm not going to do all those things. So we end up where we are with this person in office, and them expecting the people weren't going to vote for this guy.
That's really what it comes down to. Obama's a good dude, but I think ultimately it was like, this dude ain't going to win.
Right.
So.
Right. At the end of the day, he's not going to win. You know what I'm saying? And here we are. And he's going for it with our worst thoughts, you know what I'm saying, to a degree. But then you see the wins too at the same time. Like, damn, that little small. We got 5 things wrong, 1 thing right. That 1 thing right trumps all the 5 things wrong for the next 2 weeks.
The thing to me is that at least because I hate people that won't, and like I don't like Trump. I hate that his racism, but I will admit, like, I like the fact that he got Kim Jong-un to come to the table.
If you fighting with that, you are too far left.
Yeah,
you way too far left.
I like honestly, like. I don't like how they're doing it, but I'm not mad they're getting illegals up out of here.
If you can't see the sense in what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, like real talk, it's like...
Now, are Mexicans really our problem? I don't know.
Huh?
Are Mexicans really our problem? It's not white people problem. It's really black people problem.
Yeah, because they're taking our job.
Right.
I mean, but then again, these are jobs that we probably don't want anyway.
We don't want...
I mean, it bothers me that illegal immigrants have been here so long that there are industries that have been made that are dependent on these people to work it.
And what I think the problem for black people with Mexicans in particular is that when Mexicans come to the United States, their numbers throw off our power base. Mm-hmm. And they're right there. And on top, we don't... Dr. Claude Anderson, I used to listen to him a lot because he said a lot of good stuff. But we don't like second class. They're making us third class.
Yeah, we used to be in the first minority.
Yeah, we're gonna be third.
And that's and like, I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, because when they say like by 2050, whatever year it is, the U.S. is gonna be majority Mexican.
Right.
Like, I don't know how I feel about that.
And also, like when you say like in cities like L.A. where it's like gang stuff, right?
Yeah.
When Mexicans are moving into black neighborhoods, there's no problem when they're the minority. But as soon as Mexicans become the majority of that black neighborhood, that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah, because now they're in control.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's my thing. It's like, I know white people don't want the Mexicans to be the majority because it's their country. But, like, as a black man, I'm kind of like, nah, I don't know if we want, all, like...
That's one of them things.
Yeah. I don't know if we want all these people coming across the border just willy-nilly and just kind of having that much power when, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's legal, if they're legally supposed to be here, sure. But I mean, again, my thing is this though: is like it's got to be some kind of vetting process. We can't just look. I feel like everybody ain't supposed to just be over here. Just cats can't just come over here like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and
I wish it was hard. Here's the funny thing: I didn't think about this and all this. From my family background, being Ghanaian, I know for a fact that black people can't come to this country the same way Mexicans and all these. Even like when you take like Haitians and Cubans.
Yeah.
Ain't that far? Them miles apart.
Yeah.
Haitians can't come over here the way Cubans can. You know, asylum.
Yeah.
They got the same issues.
Yeah.
They can't just float on water.
No.
They push that raft right back into the water.
Dry foot. They ain't gonna take you. They swing your ass back.
Right. They might even push that like puncture that motherfucking raft.
Bro, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Send them right back into that water. You can't just float over here like that and seek asylum. So it is like it's some things that I think as black people we got to figure out who's really with us. Yeah, I get the whole thing about Clintons. They weren't. One day I was thinking about mass incarceration and what it seemed, looking back at it and seeing what it's come to. Like when we talk about these kids being snatched away from their parents, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Same exact thing.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the one it's the one we're used to. Right now we got new pictures of those Mexicans and all that. If 5 years from now we see them pictures, we like,
and we just living with the problem, the result of it. We just living with it like it's okay.
It's kind of like The Dark Knight when the Joker was like, if a busload of soldiers get killed, nobody tripped because they're soldiers. But like a busload of school killed children, then everybody loses their mind. Right. You know what I'm saying? But once something becomes whatever, then it's hard to change people's view of it.
We don't have time for school shootings, so that's a whole other thing right there.
What time we at?
We at 1:45.
Really? Mm-hmm. You know what? We can cut it there.
We got Roseanne.
We got Roseanne.
We got
Roseanne is real quick. Fuck Roseanne.
Fuck her, man. I didn't mean freedom of speech.
You know what? This is
loses your job.
That's not what freedom of speech is. Freedom of speech is freedom from persecution for the government for what you say. But even that's not universal. Because if you yell bomb on a plane, your ass will go to jail.
Okay.
If you yell fire in a crowded theater, somebody gets hurt, your ass can go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, but again, my thing is this though, is that the government, like, so I can say fuck Donald Trump on this podcast, and nobody knows, no agent is gonna come kick in my door.
Putin ain't coming to get us.
Yeah, Putin not coming to get us. You know what I'm saying? That's what freedom of speech is. but there are consequences to speech.
Pause. I was reminding myself of something I forgot to say. It was a point I had earlier. Also, in this whole Trump thing, I think I see a very deep switching of the guard here. What seems as though he's saying fuck the G7 and all you people, I'm going for Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. We making different allies.
Yeah, we making different allies. And this is where we want to go.
Fuck Canada.
Yeah, fuck Canada. Fuck all these progressives. We want dictators.
Yeah, because that's what Trump wants, bro.
Dictator.
That's what Trump wants.
I said one of the first podcasts we did, like, do we really see this man just stepping down?
Peaceful transfer of power.
Yeah, he already said that postponing the election is a thought because of all the things that are going on because of the tampering. He said that shit.
Did he?
Yeah. Postponing the election is a thing that's possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, do we really see him just walking away?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If he lose an election, everybody going to be like, is he going to be like, okay, cool.
He going to do what Obama did, shake hands. And how he going to run his election?
Drag him out of
he going to go hard on whoever he run the election with. Now he going to shake their hand? Nah, son. It's like it's a weird thing.
They going to drag him out of that office kicking and screaming.
Yeah, it's and they still playing the same game. They don't know how to arrest the president yet.
Yeah,
they don't know if they can. They don't know if they can, and they're not going to go till they get who they going to go through his court system.
Yeah, that's the thing.
To figure it out.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they never expected somebody to be this flagrant in the office.
Yeah.
It wasn't built for that, but now he's here.
I mean, I think the thing is like it's going to be very important who's the next guy that. Let me not use all your fuel up. The next guy to get elected,
and we have nobody yet.
Yeah,
we got nobody.
Don't say we, because I'm not a Democrat. Fuck the Democrats.
Well, I'm just opposing.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, you're anti-Trump. So you're saying whoever it's gonna be Biden. I think it's gonna be Biden.
You think?
Yeah, because Biden will do that. Because the thing is, I think because you're gonna need somebody that can show some decorum and also go hard at Trump. And Biden already kind of has that wild card factor. Yeah,
I got a feeling Democrats though going to push for Elizabeth Warren and that kind of stuff.
Nah, she'll
and
lose.
She's just not going to win. They're not that majority. That 65% is not voting for a woman.
Nah, I don't think I just don't think they're ready for him. I mean, if it wasn't Hillary, I just don't think they're ready for him.
They're not going to do it.
But Hillary was so fucking bad. I don't want to relitigate that. Roseanne, fuck Roseanne. She got what she deserved. She'd have had plenty of opportunities to say some fuck shit. And at first I was kind of feeling bad about everybody on her crew, but then again, people kind of was like, you know what I'm saying, you latch your horse to a controversial person, so I don't know, maybe they could have tried to do the show without her. I mean, because this thing,
they said they may do a comeback without her.
I think it's some value in having a primetime show that has a right wing character, a right wing bend to it. Because
I never watched it.
I didn't watch it either. I mean, but it's different though. Like back in the day, I watched it because if you wasn't watching that, you was watching. It was only 2 other channels, and when it was a show that strong, they wasn't putting anything good up against it.
But she wasn't on ABC. She was on like WFLD.
No, she was on like WGN or something. I mean, no, I don't know. It wasn't, like I said, one of the 5 channels.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? One of the 5, one of the 3. It was one of the 5.
Yeah. So the thing is like when the show's that strong, there's no competition for like that time slot. So if Roseanne is on, you're watching Roseanne. Right. Now, I could stream from Netflix. I never really jumped into it. I watched part of the first one, maybe like 5 minutes. I kind of got the gist. She was a Republican, and her sister was a Hillary supporter, and they was kind of going back and forth about that. And I was like, Roseanne. And the thing was, like, I was actually a fan of Roseanne's comedy back in the day. Like, she was a beast back in the day as far as the comedy go. I used to be real heavy into comedy and stuff like that. So
I never.
No, she was
outside
funny.
of the show. I never.
She was funny as shit back in the day because she was kind of the.
I just heard her comments.
The bored housewife that was real raunchy and all that, and like, you know what I'm saying. But she killed it, and I think the thing is now is that she's kind of in that spot to where it's like she doesn't have any new material, or her new stuff ain't slapping, so she goes controversial.
Right.
And
a little bit too serious too.
But now you go to the salacious stuff. Now you go racial. Now you go to stuff that's gonna get. Now you're going for a reaction instead of comment, instead of a laugh.
Kill me on the internet, but I'm gonna say this. What did she say?
Valerie Jarrett looks like a mix between Planet of the Apes and the Muslim Brotherhood.
She does.
Yeah. She got that Planet of the Apes hairline. That's because that's when chicks with them wigs.
And she looks just like
the Caesar. Yeah,
she looks like the one that saved Caesar, not Caesar, the monkey that was saving the two white. Yeah. No, Caesar was actually the monkey.
Caesar was the lead. It don't matter. I don't know.
Right. But in the older ones, because I watched the older ones.
Oh, you talking about, okay.
She looks just like that. I know what she's talking about. Because I was a Planet of the Apes, because I like the whole.
But
I matrix with that too.
And this is the problem, is that I do think that comedians should be given more leeway than normal people, because it's like you should have room for your joke to bomb. But this is your second time tweeting about comparing a black woman to a monkey, because you said some other black woman had monkey balls or something like that. Then you did the whole oven with the Jewish cookies and the Hitler outfit, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, you've been slapped on the wrist enough times to where it's like you're out of chances.
You know the thing about the monkey thing? I'm not offended by monkey. It's almost every time I hear a white person that says something about a monkey, it makes me chuckle on the inside. For a bad reason or a good reason, however you want to put it. But we ain't the monkeys. So you really have an issue with the monkey? I don't have fur. I got hair. I'm we the only creature on this world with hair.
Ain't no monkey with naps.
Right.
If you talking about short, straight hair,
if I shave that monkey, he look just like you.
Right.
He don't look like me. I don't. You know what I'm saying? You, like the whole behavior and watching whites when they get put into the cage, like not Caesar, the other monkey that was against Caesar. When they get put into a cage, they turned into beast. When they get put in that cage, they turn into the monsters.
But I mean,
that lose their evolution and go right back to the. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but I think. But again, I just think that, and it's kind of what I said about Kanye, is that I'm gonna take you at what you say, because you're a public figure and you need to get better about saying.
Yeah, true.
You need to get better about saying what you mean. And again, my thing is that it's not like Roseanne came back and said, "Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant X, Y, Z." She came back, and the dopest thing about the whole thing was like she was like, "Oh no, my bad. I was on Ambien." Ambien tweet like, "Nah, like that ain't none of our symptoms, baby." Like
that's wild.
I'm like, that's dope. Like Ambien, like that's a win for Ambien. Like
right, that's wild. She even. You see, like some people, you realize they really are typing this shit themselves.
Yeah.
Do you think Trump is typing this shit? Do you think a 70-year-old man is typing it at 2 in the morning?
Absolutely. Trump is a miserable.
And if he is typing that,
I think this is the thing.
Are the country what you call these shits? The people on TV that was in the swamps that everybody was loving for a minute.
Oh, the swamp people, the rednecks.
Yeah, are they on Twitter?
Yeah,
I'm not.
Bro, these moms these moms got cell phones. They definitely following.
What they doing on Twitter?
They following Donald Trump. They following whoever their favorite NASCAR driver is, and they following probably like Ted Nugent and Billy Ray Cyrus and Fox News.
I go to Twitter when I heard I hear if I was to see a big flash right now of orange and a big boom, and the TV wasn't talking about it immediately with the breaking news, I would go to Twitter. That's the only thing I use Twitter for. I
go to Black Twitter when they have a hot meme, because like when they had like Black Hogwarts and stuff like that, then I fuck with Black Twitter just to hear the jokes. But like I don't mess with Twitter. Even when Twitter first started, my problem was like I don't feel like everybody's voice is equal and everybody should have equal say. I feel like if you put me on a platform, if you give me a Twitter handle and you give Maya Angelou a Twitter handle, I don't think our stuff should be put on the same platform. You know what I'm saying? I feel like whatever Maya Angelou has to say is a lot more important than whatever I have to say.
Well, I would take what you're saying a step further. But it's different. That everybody, you have to earn a place, because I can go on there and put something that I know is just as good as anybody else. If Charlamagne said it, this would be 5,000 retweets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But since I don't have a following, and only people that follow me are people that are trying to sell me something. Mm-hmm. So
your point don't slap,
right? It don't make any difference. So I haven't earned, but the way that people earn their status on Facebook is bullshit.
Yeah,
because it's all about saying salacious, and it's being jokesters for some and bringing light or just silly shit that gets them to the point where people even listen to them.
Yeah, because like just the fact that Kim Kardashian had more followers than Obama, the president of the United States, that invalidated the whole platform to me.
So you put those words together. Kim Kardashian meeting the president didn't do anything for you.
You know what? It fits Trump, but I also think she got a little bit too much flack for that. Because
she helped.
Because people were talking about, Kim Kardashian, she's just using her white privilege, but isn't this what we want white people to do with their privilege? I mean,
it's hard to beat her up for it.
Yeah, but people was kind of coming at her for it, and I'm like, I guess my thing is this is like, yeah, I mean, do you think Kim K is really going to talk him through criminal justice reform?
I feel like she went in there and she said what she was there for, and I wonder what the rest of the hour was about. They didn't talk about the shit for an hour.
It took them.
She ain't got that much.
It took 7 minutes.
Yeah,
and he was like, he was like, cool. Let me look into it. They took some pictures.
Yeah.
He got all the publicity that he needed, and then
he made a snapshot. I'm gonna do it. I'll do it. You made the trip. You don't mind taking a picture with me and give me what I need for that picture? Cool. I do it.
I can let some dark out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? And so, what the fuck else did they talk about?
Kanye and how he endorsed her and all.
We watched her enough on TV to know that she don't have a philosophy.
I heard, the thing is, I don't want to talk bad about her. I heard she was a really sweet girl. I heard she was really nice. So but don't get it twisted. I don't think, and that's my kind of my problem with all those people that went and kissed the ring.
Sweet dick. No,
when they, but that's my problem with all the people that went, like Jim Brown and Ray Rice and Kanye and all the people went and kissed the ring, and it's like, what are you gonna say to Trump? What are you gonna say about him? Like, this is the thing. If Trump came and talked to me, and I think I'm pretty educated as far as politics and all the other kind of stuff go, and Trump asked me like, okay, what do you want to do for black people? I couldn't give him a real legit answer. I couldn't give him an actionable answer. I don't have any demand. I have questions. Yeah.
I can interview the fuck out of him.
I don't have a policy platform that you can enact. And then, but I don't anything.
If you don't answer my questions, I want to end on a lighter note, if that's lighter, or a funner note. We should have did this earlier. LeBron and Jordan. And somehow I'm gonna tie this back to society again.
You know what? I'm a LeBron fan. Mm-hmm. I like LeBron. It bothers me how much people dislike LeBron. How strongly people dislike LeBron. It's disappointing how much black men take joy in tearing down that particular black man. I get that he's done some weak ass shit with the going to Miami and the decision and all that. But I think he's great. I think he's one of the probably at the end of the. I don't like comparing active players to retired players because
what do we judge him on? Do we judge him strictly by court? First of all,
no.
We judge. So I want to stick with the Jordan thing. We do judge him strictly by court, though, right?
Well, first, if we're gonna do the LeBron Jordan thing, LeBron or Jordan, what's your
Jordan?
Why Jordan?
I feel like Jordan had he was a game changer because of talent and skill. He changed the game, and I recall, which I don't. We talked earlier. I see other people's view. I see that they never saw the games. They didn't live the games. So I hear people say Jordan didn't have any competition because people weren't this. It wasn't, nah. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't remember. Y'all didn't see Detroit. Vinnie Johnson. That was a super team. They just had a name. Y'all didn't see Reggie Miller and how he got over those things. You know what I'm saying? Even getting past, which should have been easier, but getting past Cleveland, Elo, and all them people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's when Harper was with them. Like, those were some teams and some
you went
games.
back to when Harper was with Cleveland.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way he got to those battles, then got on top. I don't know. I feel like he's just a better player.
You know, I think the thing...
And the Hart thing is where it ends.
That's really, to me, that's kind of the starting end of the conversation. Is that honestly, I think that like if you took them to a combine, I think LeBron is probably more talented. When you look,
naturally, physically.
Yeah. But the thing with LeBron is like I don't think LeBron ever really put the work. I mean, this is the thing. I just think mentally, LeBron is too aware of other things. LeBron is too aware of the standings. Where you know what, we got down early this game. We play some team that sucked tomorrow. We can throw this game and then win tomorrow. Right. But Mike, and the thing is like everything that I would say that make Mike a better basketball player makes Mike a worse person. Like the fact that like I can come with anecdotes like how when they were in some city they went to some player's house and then Mike was playing that dude's mother in cards and he was cheating the old lady in cards. He was maniacally competitive, and it's the thing is like Mike just had the ability to will himself into a game. Mike could be broke as fuck, but then he's like, okay, I'm just gonna start running and getting free throws, get to the free throw. Mike, the thing is like, and the thing with Mike is that because Mike's whole story kind of had a great narrative arc, it's easy to kind of, because Mike started as this super dude that everybody was like, oh my god, he's so talented, but the way he plays, he'll never win a championship. Then he, you know what I'm saying? So he got, and the thing, and then also
that first 2 years,
the first few years in college, but the first few years because he was getting 30.
He won in college, didn't he?
Yeah, he won a championship in college, hit the game winning shot and everything. But so then it's like, so he got Pippen, and they got Pippen from some nowhere shit school in Arkansas, and Mike turned him into
because that Brad Sellers wasn't working.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, the thing is like, so they put a team around Mike, and then Mike had, but it was like a movie. Okay, you got to run up on the Celtics. The Celtics are a dynasty, and then you got to run up on the bad boys. You beat the Celtics, even though they were old. I watched them. Boys. And then it's like the final test. The final boss was Magic Johnson, the former face of the league.
Right.
Whose league is it going to beat? Yeah. You beat Magic, and then also you never lose in the finals. You never play a Game 7. Like it was just. I mean, his story was just so abnormal to where. It put unfair pressure on everybody that came after him. There was no Mike for Mike. You know what I'm saying? There was nobody to compare him. At most, it's like you can compare him to Magic, but Magic lost sometimes in the finals.
Losing isn't the. I don't hold that against. How he loses. Like we say, like when we say those different things, you had somebody. And it's like it's a life thing too, you know what I'm saying? I don't want everything to be because it's not a sports, but not a music podcast, but drawing it back to just life. You come up against obstacles, and I watched him figure out Detroit. He lost first. I cried,
yeah,
and then immediately became a Detroit fan. Now I want them to win.
Yeah.
After they beat Jet, I cried. Now I want them to win. But you know what I'm saying? Like
he overcame that.
Yeah, he overcame that. He kept coming to. Then when he got up to the top. He stood on top on everybody's neck. Exactly.
Didn't let
right.
And that's the thing. But it's like if you looked at it like a movie, the first act was kind of like who is this dude? The intro to him, his youth, college, his first couple years in the league. Right. Then you put up 63 against the Celtics in that playoff game, but you lost. You can't win the way you are. You can't. That's the tragedy. Then we go into Act 2 where he building himself up, and then. Right. Okay, now you come back against these dudes, and then in Act 3 you win, and now you're on top. Now you're the man, and then you extend that streak out to 6 years, and you retire, and all. Right. Like it's just such a perfect story.
It's almost like LeBron needs to play with a Jordan.
LeBron is just
he needs a Jordan on his team.
I think the problem with LeBron is that LeBron never had the right players around him because LeBron is not a Mike. LeBron is a Magic.
It's definitely that.
And so the problem is LeBron is a Magic playing Mike. And so it's just like you can
being compared to Mike.
I'm talking about being the Michael Jordan, being the man that's scoring the points and doing everything. Like LeBron would be happy if
he had a Kareem.
He had 15 points. Exactly. If he had a Kareem, he had 15 points and 13 rebounds, 12 assists, great defense, and Kareem went for 40. Or Kyrie went for 40.
But we constantly seeing that he could just keep scoring every time possession if he wanted to.
Exactly. We like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And the problem is that because Mike didn't have a mic, everything Mike did was new.
Who were the players?
Magic, Doc. You know what I'm saying? It was.
I get this. I get this part of it. Yeah. When they say his competition, but Mike was playing the team game too.
Well, I mean, you talking about
because the teams was the motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, but then
the players wasn't. Like Sean Kemp can't do shit with Jordan.
This is the problem. But
the Sonics could.
Michael Jordan was so dope that he made the cats that were his peers look worse. Ewing, Barkley,
New York. It's a lot of these teams that he went up against and had bouts with. Phoenix, remember Phoenix?
Yeah.
When it was like
Barkley,
Marley, yeah.
But the problem is this: is that like Chuck is like cats laugh at Charles Barkley, which is insane because Charles Barkley was filthy.
Right.
Charles Barkley was a motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ewing was a motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But them cats just wasn't eating. Yeah. When you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of
they couldn't win. It's a lot of people that should have had championships,
but they just couldn't get them because
Mike was there.
And so now he's kind of suffering because he was so dominant. Now we're in kind of, and the thing is, so anyway, but let me go back. So anyway, so as far as LeBron goes, now like LeBron was giving everything so early, and now he has this shadow of Mike behind him. So now if you lose in the finals, Mike never did that. If you miss a game-winning shot, Mike never did that, even though he did. If you know what I'm saying, everything you do, because the problem is 10 years from now, LeBron's gonna look. Everybody gonna think of LeBron so much more fondly because all the warts gonna go away, all the bad things gonna go away. But right now, what we do is we litigate from game to game.
I don't know though; it might not, because look what they doing to Kobe.
Well, that's because Kobe. I'm not the biggest Kobe fan.
They let go of all the good.
Well, but, I mean. But again, like Kobe just retired. Give it 7-8 years. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, and I think this is the thing. It's like when it comes down to LeBron, like I just think that the problem is that he had something so great to live up to. It was impossible to do.
And I used to say this with LeBron. I think that going back, if you go back, I think that he's physically something different. I want to see him in person to see, like, is he really this big or something? And big, but he's as fast as
LeBron is a large human being. He's a gigantic. I've seen people that are 6'8". I've never seen a 6'8" person as big as LeBron. Like, dude, 6'8", he got to be 270 pounds, bro. Solid fucking muscle, bro. This dude is.
Because on TV, I ain't gonna lie, he don't look all that different. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He a different animal, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's kind of the thing is like I don't think LeBron ever really mastered basketball.
So did he come up? He ain't changed in size since he actually got smaller.
Well,
in Miami, remember?
Yeah, he did lose some weight in Miami. I mean, he kind of filled out as a man as you grow older. You kind of
to a degree. I can look at him and tell that. Yeah. So I think all this time, I don't think he's used to competition. I don't think adversity is his thing. No. Because he's been just running through shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when adversity comes, it's like, what the fuck?
I mean, I think the problem is that because we do the mic comparison when we look, I mean, it's just because LeBron fucked up a lot. He had some fuck ups, but the problem is that because we think of Mike as this perfect being, fuck ups are magnified. Also, I think that as fans, we've kind of gotten to a place to where we only count championships. And where other stuff means nothing.
I'm not doing it though.
No, I'm not. I mean,
but I feel like I'm different. I'm somebody who was 40 years old in Chicago who watched every game.
But the thing is, I think the problem
for 10, 15 years.
But ultimately, really, what the difference is that the reason that this is. I mean, I think Mike is better. I just think Mike is better. That's pure and simple, just because of the mentality as far as basketball goes. On the court, off the court, LeBron's thorough as fuck. I fucks with LeBron. On the court, and the problem is the real problem with the LeBron Jordan conversation is that I think Jordan fans go too far trying to defend Jordan. And like I see people say the most ridiculous. Oh well, you know, that on NBC in the finals they showed the Bulls' whole lineup where they do that. Hey, start the lineup. They showed that on what's it called? They don't do that no more. Well, yeah, they do show LeBron.
The flu game was some bullshit.
Nigga was drunk.
He didn't really do shit that game.
Yeah, no, he balled. I mean,
he balled for somebody who was supposed to be dying.
Yeah. But I'm sure you hit a shot.
I watched like
gotta carry you to.
It wasn't the whole game, but he didn't. It wasn't like the game-winning shot he won or no shit like that.
Yeah.
He just was in the game. He kept coming. When they took him out, he said, "No, put me back in."
Yeah,
and that kind of shit. He wasn't like just killing this game while he was dying or no shit like that. Like it's some folklore.
But it's the legend though, and it's like as time changes, it just becomes the flu game, and like. Facts, like as time goes on, facts don't matter anymore, and it's all about just raw numbers and memories and all that. And
well, if that's the case, because LeBron is in season 15, I say he got 3 to 5 left, and that's only because he's gonna get tired of it. He's not gonna get hurt. He's not. All those things aren't going. He's just gonna get tired.
That's the most amazing.
I got something better to do.
That's the most amazing thing to me about LeBron is like he's never like twisted an ankle or felt awkward or none of that, and like that's
well. He's definitely every time you game, you see this nigga balled up on the floor.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
he's definitely fainted.
But it's not like he's not
had
like
asthma attacks.
He missed games, and you know what I'm saying, like
cramps.
The way he played, where
he don't miss no seasons.
Yeah, but the way he played, where he just put his head down and get to the basket every single time, is like I'm surprised nobody hit him with an elbow in his eyelid or nothing.
That part of the game too is a lot different. I don't like to bring that up too much in these conversations, but you know what I'm saying. You can watch but there's the highlights of showing what you want to see. But it do seem like a rougher game back then, right?
Yeah.
Rougher game. People doing things that you know what I'm saying that they just don't do now, and playing a lot different. So I'm pretty sure he would acquiesce and become that too if that was the case, and they don't want that either.
Yeah.
If he was out there playing like Blambeer and them, you know what I'm saying, it'd probably be a different thing. But it's just like you say, it's a mental thing that seems to stand in the way for me to say that he's ever in that position because Mike seemed to have a killer. I hate to use that cliche shit, killer instinct.
But I mean, it really comes down to it's just like mentally, Mike is different, and that different is what he
wanted to win whatever. He was out there on some Trump shit.
For example, like
he's Trump, and this nigga's Obama.
You know what? Exactly. You know what? Even to go further, you remember the dude Richie Incognito, the NFL player, when him and Jonathan Martin got. So Jonathan Martin was a black lineman, and then like Incognito got because he was texting him, calling him nigger and all kind of stuff. And the thing was, and like I was saying, it's like the crazy thing about all this, as much as we think Incognito is and so the dude Jonathan Martin kind of like bitched up about it, and he was crying and bitching and all that. And I was like, the crazy thing about it is like, if I'm a football player, I'd rather have Richie Incognito on my team than Jonathan Martin, even though he's a racist, because he kind of fits the whole mold of what I want in a football player.
Right.
And I'm like, I feel like I want Mike on the court because he has that, because he kind of don't have it all. He's crazy.
Right.
But as far as a human being, I like LeBron more. But I think the reason that we're actually having this conversation is because it's hard for young cats who didn't see Mike to see LeBron's greatness and then watch replays and highlights and hear stories and think that it's, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I get it, but...
I think the whole 90s is that way. I think, like, I know that we'll be comparing what we started at XXXTentacion to Tupac, and I know there's some kid out there who's gonna feel like they're gonna feel like it was the same thing when he died. No, it's not. Like, it's not the same thing.
When that double album came out, like the music world.
You said something earlier too. You said something earlier, and I'll get up out of here after this, but. You said Tupac was, what'd you say? He was at his purest on Me Against the World. And I didn't get a chance to combat you on that, but I'm not so sure. I feel like this man went from Hulk Hogan with the yellow to Hulk Hogan with the black.
Yeah.
It was just as, because when you if you really like stop and listen to Ambitions as a Rider, that was like some evil shit. Like, and then when you listen to Machiavelli, that last song, like, just the way that he, just the voice was like a fear, like a rage and a fury that has to be real in his mind.
No,
whether it's warranted or not is different. But
I feel like that was Pac's talent, is that he could send emotion through the speaker.
Yeah,
he can make you feel what he felt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pac, like, people talk about music affects them. I feel like Pac and maybe Eminem are the only cats I know that can really make, where it's like they can make you feel what they're feeling at that moment in time.
Okay. I mean, Eminem didn't do it for me, but I would say like what Tupac, like when you say certain things, certain music, kind of depending on what you're going through in your age and your life. Sometimes certain music can go, like I can say like Life Jennings. Somehow, some way, this nigga's career in music goes right along with my marriage. Even when his shit fell apart, he had the theme. At the same time, his music was going with mine. Like when it fell apart, but he was Must Be Nice and all that shit. That's what we was riding around. We had just met each other, and it must be nice. And we was, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then his next album, like every album, the first 4 albums go exactly long. Tupac, Me Against the World was like a sorrow album. Like he was going through jail and all that shit. I had got sent to Texas and all this shit. Dear Mama, I'm having the issues with my mama, but I'm in Texas living with my aunt and all this other shit. Like it was like, so for me, I'm gonna have that. Then by the time I'm back,
I can see,
I'm Picture Me Rolling Part 2. I'm back. It's the same beat, but nigga, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So like it followed my life. So like for me, you couldn't tell me, and I won't take that from the kids. You know what I'm saying? I can see how they could have the same feelings for LeBron, the artist, and all that kind of thing. They could have certain feelings, but I know deep down, and maybe there's somebody gonna say Harry Belafonte did that for them, and I'm like, huh?
Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, somehow, I mean, it's just ours, because like,
he was the real rider. He was one of the real people.
Because you got to think about, think of the hubris for us to say, in our generation, Jordan was the greatest basketball player of all time. Jay-Z was the greatest rapper of all time. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be true that we happen to grow up in it. Our generation happen to have the greatest, you know what I'm saying?
I struggle with that, though. I struggle with that.
Yeah.
I want to say that. Part of me says, I might just be an old motherfucker. But another part of me says, that 90s shit,
though, bro. Like,
that 90s shit was like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like we had, like our age group, somebody that's 40 years old right now, you lived through the greatest shit of Black history.
Right. Somebody 10 years older will say, nah, bro, Magic and Rakim.
We had a little bit of Magic.
But I'm talking, they had.
We had a little bit of Rakim. But we understand Rakim like a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's just differently. Just like somebody from the 2000s will say Kobe and Lil Wayne. Yeah, right. Somebody from now gonna say LeBron and Drake. You know what I'm saying? It's just really like when you're in your formative years, when you create memories. Because I remember going downtown, going over there on Stony after the Bulls and won and wilding out.
He was out there. I knew I like you for a reason. He was out there with us. Yeah, that was some hell of a night,
bro.
Walking the whole goddamn Stony Island.
You know what I'm saying?
Gold Blast parking lot.
So and Gold Blast.
That was a good night, twice,
bro. So it's just like, since we don't build those memories to stuff anymore, it ain't as meaningful.
Yeah, so we're trying to live off the old, but it seems, I'm looking at the news, I'm like, I don't know if y'all gotta do what we had it. Like, I don't know, like this don't seem like, but I know, like you say, it's other people looking at us like but it just seems like to me like, nah, y'all just seen my highlights of Mike. Y'all don't know what it's like to be 6 years old and me against and we against the world. We in the world come on and Billie Jean. Bro, y'all don't know what it's like.
Yeah, y'all don't know what
it's like when the whole world listens to the same album.
Bro, you just wasn't there, man. You don't understand, bro.
You don't listen. Even with NWA, y'all don't know what it's like when the whole every car past you is playing the same song.
Exactly. You weren't sitting with your guys out in front of their crib bumping. what was that, Men's Society soundtrack.
Right.
And the thing is, y'all go get in the car and your guy battery died because you played the Men's Society soundtrack 2 times in a row, and now this dude battery dead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all ain't do that.
Or have a movie.
That.
They don't even have a movie like Men's Society where y'all all watched it a million times.
Exactly.
Everybody knows every word, everything. Yeah,
memorized.
Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, they couldn't understand.
But I'm sure they do, man. I'm sure there's some movie out there that they do.
And then it's like that's what the XX Temptation thing. Because who, like all these people, like who the fuck is he?
But they've been listening to him for 6 years.
We don't know enough about. We're not listening to music on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
We're not digging for music on SoundCloud. At least we can get directed there, but we're not digging for music on SoundCloud.
Somebody sent me a SoundCloud. I'm not going to look for cats on SoundCloud.
I'm not just letting it play and then the next song that come up. You know what I'm saying? Next thing I just keep listening to that song. You know, those type of things we don't necessarily do. So at a certain point, it has to fade for us. It just doesn't. Then we have people like Jay-Z. All the things we talked about tonight. Jay-Z still in this position. It seems like okay, it ain't never been nothing like this. And it's going to take y'all another 40 years to get a Jay-Z.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Or like they don't understand.
Or 20,
like,
I should say.
Well, they don't understand like the Cosby Show, the phenomenon that was the Cosby Show.
Right.
And so now when like cats our age are like, nah, Bill, not Bill, nah. And they like, this dude's a rapist. You know
Or just before I get too far from that, Jay-Z being what he is, Lil Wayne didn't make it.
Yeah, man.
Y'all didn't get it.
Yeah,
y'all didn't get it.
Yeah.
I didn't think Lil Wayne was it, but he seemed like he was going in a certain direction, but he didn't make it.
That's it right there. That's really what it comes down to. Like, yeah, man.
Like, them niggas from my era was different.
And I thought, like, but you know he wasn't. You could just tell.
I knew he wasn't, but they didn't know.
You couldn't tell them that. He wasn't going to be 40 still sipping syrup.
Right. He didn't make it. This motherfucker already looked like what Jackie, you know what I'm saying? Like them niggas from like, he already, Jay-Z glowing.
Yeah.
To this day.
He
like
looking better. Like, he working on himself. He building himself up. He about to be a billionaire. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Lil Wayne, that Hot 97 performance was like sad. Like, damn, this how I'm supposed to be seeing Jay-Z. I thought I'd see Jay-Z right now on the stage. But no, this nigga is already old and dying.
You know what I wonder? I always feel like, I think with basketball players, I think your body has so many minutes of basketball. I think with rappers, like you have so many verses. I think with singers, you're going to sing so many songs. And I think that you can either maintain that number or you can do dumb shit and then drop that number down. And I think that Wayne gave away so much and then he was just on all them drugs and then doing all this and then his contract situation and then...
I think it's a drug, and I think
we're not starting a new topic.
We're finna get up out of here. We're gonna finish that real quick, but we're finna get up out of this podcast. We recap what we had to recap. We just wanted to kind of talk. We took a little break for a minute, but we finna get back to it, and we wanted to recap some things. Probably gonna end up doing because there's a couple things we did miss. I'm not gonna even bring them up. But a couple things we did miss that happened. Stuff like, I'm going to bring it up. The royal wedding, for instance. Things of that nature. It's a lot of things that happened over the last 2 months that we didn't get to touch on. But
we had wrote down the list and everything.
Week.
And did we even check it? Oh, you did check it.
I was checking. I was skipping through it. So, UTPL Podcast number. What the hell?
No more numbers. I can't even begin to try to remember these. Hey, but to our people, to our fans... First off, fuck you, Australia. We thought you was down, but you ain't down. Hopefully you come back, man. We still love you down there. Or up there, wherever it is.
I did follow Iggy Azalea, though. I couldn't take it no more.
But to our fans, man, we love y'all, man. Keep following us, man. Checking on the videos. Let us know what you want us to talk about, man. Stay in tune. Focus on the Facebook, the Instagram, and the SoundCloud. But whatever, man.
Peace.